They're not waiting for us, are they? Please say no.
No, they're not. And hey, what's up, everybody? We're live today on YouTube
my
and
goodness.
on Facebook.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go. What's going on, man? I am Dom.
Goodness.
This is my co-host Steven, and
What's
this is the
going on?
FearTheHive1155 podcast, man.
Oh man.
I told you I had something waiting for you. I was hoping to do it last week, but I couldn't get it going last week, but I did this week. So
oh man.
Yo, here we are.
Hey, whew. Thanksgiving week. Man, getting ready. My wife cooking all these cakes. I'm out of town. Had to set up a revamp studio. As you can see, it's not the normal thing. But we're here for y'all. We are here for y'all right here, right now.
100%. And because this is a live stream, you guys can interact live with us. So if we see anything in the chats, and this is my first time doing this, like ever. So I'm going to try my best to be aware of where these chats are coming from. I got like Facebook on one side, on one screen, and YouTube on another.
Well, so how many windows do you have up right now? Because it sounds like you got like 10 of them up.
Yeah, it's really weird because I got to monitor all that, like the stream settings, the stream health, the views, all of that. Like I got to see all of it. So if you guys see me just looking, I have 3 screens, so I'm trying to make sure I keep up with everybody.
It's gonna be an interesting time tonight. I will tell you that.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyhow,
absolutely.
Dude, so what's going on with you? Talk to me. What's going on with Dominique today?
Dude, okay. So I'm going to start with the school policies and whatnot. So here's a story. My son, he's been going through some stuff at school, and it's been interesting because of the fact that, you know, we're really hard on him about grades and making sure the grades are, you know, correct and whatnot. So we go into Power School, which is the system that they use up here, and we're checking grades and trying to make sure everything's in. And, you know, you see gaps and you're like, yo, where is this? And you need to produce this. You know, I need to see it so that way your teacher can grade it and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But long story short, essentially, we found that the school has some gaps in their policies, or they're not doing essentially what they're supposed to do in order to get everything going the way they're supposed to.
Okay, you're gonna have to be specific because, like, I before I jump in and on the bandwagon and hype you up, on your crusade for being mad about policy, you're gonna have to be specific because it sounds like you came in with beef today.
Oh, for sure. I got plenty of beef. So essentially, we found out. So the school policy is if a student gets a low grade, they have the opportunity to remediate. The teacher basically gets to reteach it over, and the child is able to test again. And essentially, that wasn't happening. And honestly, we never would have found out if we never rose sand about it. And the bad part about it is my wife is actually like a licensed principal, but just not in a principal role. So she knows the goals, the standards, how the teachers are supposed to be doing this, and it wasn't happening. So somebody's in trouble.
Yo, somebody's about to get that fire email.
Oh, yes. My wife was hot.
I got a question. Does your wife do the same thing my wife does? Like when there's something amiss or wrong, she gets on her computer and she starts with the Kermit. Like she's, and you look over and she looks at you and she stops for a minute and she goes back to the and then she finishes and go, can you read this for me? Yep. And then you read it and you go, you can't say any of this. Like they're gonna kick our kid out of school.
No. You can't.
They're gonna kick us out of the school district if you send this email just like this. So let's not. We're gonna try it just a little bit different. That's it. I like where you're going. I like where you're going, but not like this. Not like this.
Yeah. So yeah, that is exactly what was going on. And man, and you know, the crazy thing was throughout this process, we were talking to our son like, you know, hey, look, we need to get our ducks in a row if we're going to go to bat for you, because if we're going to do this, we're going all the way. And we need to make sure you know, there's nothing on your end that you needed to do.
Don't you need that conversation? I need for you to love. I need for you to be completely honest with me, because if I go to bat for you and I come out looking stupid, we're gonna have a problem. If I go in there flaming teachers and they respond with, well, we've already given them an opportunity, then we gonna fight when we get home. That's what's it's gonna be WWE elbow from the top rope if you got me out here looking foolish and whatnot. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. But so, like I said, it's been a crazy couple days. Yeah, we found out that and then here's the thing. My wife had a conference with them maybe 2 weeks ago, and I had to join it from work, so I had to step out. We're doing some pretty important stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna sit here outside on the tree, just yeah, and essentially what came about it is they exempted him from one assessment or whatever, and then he's supposed to take the Unit 2 assessment. Tell me why these dudes gave him the Unit 1 assessment that he's exempted from instead of the Unit 2. And then the only reason why we knew that is because the teacher hit us up and was like, okay, yeah, he took the Unit 1 and this is the grade he got. And my wife, like, bro, I swear it was like late, like on a Thursday night. It had to be like 8 o'clock. And she was already taking her nap. So she woke up, saw that message, and all I heard was, Amari, get in here. I was like, uh-oh, somebody in trouble.
It's the worst.
Look, when that happens, I get my corner. I'm like, look, she ain't looking for me, so hey.
I'm not in trouble this time. Amari, you on your own, dog. But I tell you, being what they don't tell you as parents is the fact that it doesn't matter what age they are. You got a grade audit on a weekly basis, especially for boys. Girls, they're generally get their stuff together. But for boys, you gotta
be on.
I got the same issue with my older son, Samuel. Every week, like every Tuesdays and Thursdays, because on Tuesdays, normally the grades that they put in over the weekend or they graded over the weekend, they put it on Monday. Right. And then the grades from Monday through Thursday that they normally put on Thursday, Friday, right? They put their grades in on the following Tuesday. So I check it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if I don't check it on Tuesdays and Thursdays and he's not focused on his work, then stuff falls through the cracks. Like if he doesn't do well on a test or if he has makeup, like if I don't check it, sometimes it just don't get done. And then you get that progress report where they got like a 32 in a class, and you go, you know how hard it is to get a 32 in a class? Like,
especially when the standard says you can only get a 50 at the lowest.
I be hitting them with this. There's no way if you get 32 in math. Statistically speaking, if you arbitrarily answered each question, you should get 50
at least. I had to tell him today. I said, dude, because he pulled out some wrinkled piece of paper the other day when we took him up there, and I talked to the dean of students, and I was like, "Where's your name on this paper?" I was like, "Mari, do you understand that on the SAT you get points for just putting your name on the paper?" Like, bro, come on, man. I just boys, man. I swear. Like, but then also at the same time, I was trying to let them understand. Like, look, I get it. Honestly, if all the grades were straight, we wouldn't be here right now. But we are, and on top of that, he's a 12-year-old boy. He doesn't care. He just want to go home and play Fortnite all day. And if we can't trust our educators to do what they're supposed to do regarding the policies, like, we have to trust that. Like, any normal parent wouldn't know this stuff. So I am super thankful for my wife for being able to understand that stuff, because education has gotten completely complicated from when we were in school. Completely complicated.
Well, yes, and we can thank the Bushes for that. But yeah, no, both of them, his daddy and the younger one, both. The younger one was the imbecile. The father was not. But we thank them for that, and it's gotten complicated because it's drastically complicated teacher jobs. But as you will know, and as your wife knows, being an educator, if a parent doesn't partner with teachers, like if you're not taking the time to interact with teachers on a weekly or on a bi-weekly basis, it don't work. It's not gonna work. Like,
but the weird thing is they have all these communication mediums now.
Okay, that's the first thing from the parent side. Here's the second thing. We all know every employee isn't good all the time.
100%.
We know that every employee is not good all of the time. So, like, teachers are people too. Like, they're even on the best of situations, they're not gonna be good all the time. So that's where you gotta partner with them. Like, even I used to teach too. I get it. I used to teach too. I get it. You got synergy. You got to work together to make sure that your child does well in this class. Because if not, like, dude, you don't even know how bad it could be. You know what I mean? Like, I tell you a story. We were doing a grade audit, and we had talked to Sam's teacher. Come to find out that one of the assignments that Sam needed to do that he had not done particularly well, and he could do again, was in a folder where he couldn't find it, which means the other kids couldn't find it. So we had to bring that up to the teacher so the teacher could move it out of the folder. It wasn't that they weren't trying to let him do it again, and it wasn't like they were trying to hide the assignment. But the truth of the matter is, it was just in the wrong folder. And so you'll get that, and you gotta, hey, we can't find it. They were like, oh, it's in this folder. Oh, so that's in the wrong folder. Oh, okay, we'll move it and we'll make it available to you.
Right.
But there, you definitely got to use your communication mediums, and you gotta. Let me ask you this: does your son build relationships with their teachers?
Well, he's 12.
Okay, but
I know what you're saying. But this generation does not have those. I don't know, that thing that says, "Hey, I really need to get close to the teacher," because at least if I'm ever in a situation and they really like me, like, because in my school it was being on the basketball team, being on some sort of sports, the teachers kind of looked out for you. You might screw up a little bit, and they'd be like, hey, don't worry about it. We're just gonna fudge this one, but you got to do the next one. They don't understand that yet. But
you do realize that a portion of that is they don't understand that because most people are not really good at networking. Like, unless you're a social butterfly, you're not good at networking. And most kids in middle school, even high school, until they get old enough, they can't value it. So you end up having to make them. Like, I had this conversation with them before. I told them, look, you need to learn your teacher. You need to talk to your teacher like they're a real person. You need to interact with them. You need to charm your teacher. That's what you need to. No, seriously. Like, so that when your teacher thinks of you, they think of good things.
Yep.
And so when you need help, they don't respond to you like you are a bad student, because teachers, they're people. Like, gives them crap and is not trying and is disruptive in class, they're going to do their job, but they're not going to extend all of what they could do to a student that is causing them extended problems, right? But a student that's trying, that they know that I've been a teacher, dude, you know what we'll do? We'll go out of our way to make sure that this kid who's trying to learn and trying to be a student will do well in the class. And I've been trying to give, like, dude, you gotta charm them, dude. Ask them what they're making for Thanksgiving. Like, strike up a conversation, Try to get on a first name basis. Not try to get on a first name basis, but you know what I mean? Like, yo, you gotta talk to these people so that when you need those 2 points, so you can go from a 78 to an 80.
Yeah.
They're willing to work with you. Yeah. I mean, policies are great, but teacher discretion is where it's at.
Yeah. Well, honestly, so we'll put it like this. My wife was so fed up. She had his entire team changed. So all of his teachers, all of his classes, new teachers. Done. She was over it. She said, nope, absolutely not.
I can't even really. I get it.
Yeah. Oh, because shout out to Miss Earth USA who's watching. You know, she said we ride at dawn, so she's definitely in support of what's going on. But I mean, yeah, she understands. It's just, yeah, it's just a very interesting dynamic that was going on because of the fact that, dude, I just like, because my wife understands that. For the most part, I was sitting there like, yeah, but I did chime in because I had to bring it down. I'm like, look, you guys are just talking above my head. I need to give you my perspective as just the parent. Like, even my wife, she's not just a parent. She's an administrator. She's an educator trying to be a parent. I am the parent in the room. Like, hey,
don't you hate when they come in? Don't you hate when they come in hot? Like, look, I've been an administrator for 8 years, yo. This is what y'all need to do. If y'all don't do that, this is what's gonna happen. You're like, we just trying to get a B out of the class, baby. I need I like where you're going.
We're not trying to.
I like. Yeah, we're not trying to get anybody fired. Well, not today. Maybe next week. We're not trying to get anybody fired today. We just trying to get this grade changed or this test taken again.
Yeah. So, and then, like, you know, so he's got more math intensive stuff going on with him. So he's going to be in tutoring, and because I'm just like, yeah, he needs that. Like, and I told him my story. I said, look, I grew up. I did not have a strong math experience, especially in high school as well. I did not have strong math experience to a point to where when I got to college, they put me, well, first off, my major was like biology. So they didn't even put me in intro to biology. I was in like the step, like biology 201. And that was easy. But then my math was concurrent to kind of the level that I was on. I didn't have that math. So I sat down one time, like I didn't understand a thing this man was saying the entire week, the first week I was in school. And I said, you know what? I need to go talk to my counselor. I talked to her. I said, look, ma'am, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't even fudge it. I cannot. I need to start from what is the lowest math you have at this school? I need to work my way back up.
Hey man, this self-awareness and being humble. You're like, look, I'm gonna flunk this class if I stay in. I need for y'all to change this out. And you advocated for yourself, which we got to teach kids how to do as well. Like kids are not born knowing the ways in which they can advocate for themselves. And as parents, we have to remember that. Like they're not fully formed human beings. They have no idea how to advocate for themselves. And one of the things that I love about my wife, and I can tell in how you describe your wife, is that they are really good. And I just said advocating for them, but at teaching them how to advocate for themselves. And if they would actually wait for it, listen and do what our wives ask them to do, their lives would be so much easier. It's like, dude, if you just look at what your mother said, you would have. All I need is for 3 out of 5 days out of the week, you actually do what she says, you'd be a B student. That's it.
Yep.
It's not that hard, Chief. And then I don't have to go and grade audit your stuff every Tuesday and Thursday and miss Call of Duty time or miss going to take my walk because I got to audit your classes. Nobody wants to audit your classes. I want you to be an AB student.
Ladies, as a husband, the worst thing you could ever do is call me for the kids and it interrupts my Call of Duty time.
Can we? Okay.
It's a problem.
Can we put this other conversation on pause for a minute?
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Does your wife do this thing? You're doing a thing that you love to do, and she needs you to do something while you're doing that thing?
Yep. Oh yeah.
I call it the wife test, right? Because only a wife would know that you're doing something that you love and think to themselves, I wonder if he loves me enough for him to stop doing what I'm doing, what he's
doing,
asking him to do every single time. Okay. I listen to PTI. I've been a PTI guy since 19. That's how long I've been a PTI guy.
So as in pardon the interruption.
Yes, as in pardoning the interruption on ESPN. And so I either watch it or listen to it. I used to watch it every single day. I listen to it often. And I used to listen to it without my headphones on doing something. It doesn't matter where I am. My wife and my kids have this thing where if they hear me listening to pardon the interruption, it's time to talk. It's time. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be out in the garage, sanding wood, listening to pardon the interruption. As soon as they hear it come on, everybody want to talk. And I'm like, I love you. But for the next 26 minutes and 53 seconds,
you don't exist.
I need to hear Mike. Just like I can, because see, you're good at Call of Duty. I can imagine as soon as they hear Call of Duty boot up, now everybody needs you. Everybody in the house needs you. For stuff
everybody wants something. And here's the funny thing. Like, so when I first started playing like online games, I had to educate my wife. Like, she's like, yeah, can you just pause? I'm like, what?
This is not 1989.
No. You don't pause these games. I'm sorry. I love you, but you don't pause these games. Like,
actually, it is 1989.
Right. But then, she'll hit me with like, hey babe, can you go get, so her favorite thing is she wants a Dr. Pepper, a Diet Dr. Pepper, and 100 grams from the gas station.
Oh, she be eating 100 grams like that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And she'll hit me with that, and I'm like, I'm playing. I'm looking at her like, I can't. I literally can't right now. But I'm done. Absolutely.
You want me to go right now?
Like right now.
Right now?
Right now.
You see that guy right there, that little dot? I'm about to shoot him in the head.
It doesn't happen like that.
Gun, with this big gun that I have. And you want me to go right now?
And then I get shot, and then I'm pissed. I'm like, you know what?
And then she'd be like, oh, you can go now. You're dead. See, I'm not that good at Call of Duty. I can laugh at that. But Dominiqu's good. He's upset at the general thought.
Yeah, you just sit there. You're like,
words.
No, maybe. Is it? Like, maybe. How can I get away with this?
That's the worst, man. But yeah, no, I'm there with you, dude. Yeah. And okay, since we're here, let me ask you this: does your wife do this too? When she asks you to do something, and she don't tell you when she wants you to do it, but she secretly means do it right now. Matter of fact, she don't even mean do it right now. She means do it 10 minutes ago.
You know what I like about this? This was a part of marriage where
they don't tell you this.
At some point, I had to sit there and think. I'm like, does everybody go through this, or it's got to just be me? And at one point, I found out that it's not just me. It is not just me. This happens in all marriages, and yes, that happens all the time. And then, like, okay, she wants me to, let's, for instance, like clean up the kitchen, put the pots and pans away, blah, blah, whatever. Yeah. And if I don't do it in a reasonable amount of time, which is like 30 seconds, I hear
it's not even reasonable. It's not even reasonable. See, it's not even reasonable. It's the preset time that she's locked, that she hasn't told you. And there's a invisible timer going off, and you don't even know how long you got.
Yes. And then by the time you get around to do it, she's already doing it, and she's got this stank face on, and she's not even looking at you. She doesn't even acknowledge your presence.
Because you could not see the invisible timer that was in her head that started when she asked you to do the thing.
I got so good at finding that out to a point to where now when she does stuff like that, I'm like, hey, look, just to let you know, I wasn't present for that side of the conversation. That was in your head. I'm sorry.
You're choosing violence. No, sir, bro. You're choosing violence. What are you doing?
I gotta advocate for myself. Like, look, if I was privy to that part of the conversation, I'd do it. I promise you. But because I wasn't privy to it, I couldn't. Sorry, I'm not a mind reader.
Let me give you an old head trick that I use when I can remember it, which means I only use it like 30% of the time. Do you need me to do that right now? Or you need for me to do that in 30 minutes? Like, it only works when I do it right. Because when I do it right, she'd be like, oh, yeah, no, if you could do that right now. And then you get up and do it. But if I don't ask, then the bomb is going off. The bomb is gonna go off.
Oh yeah.
I just don't know that it's been set. I'd be like those people in the airport in Mission Impossible, and the entire airport is about to blow up, but they have no clue it's about to blow up.
No idea. Oh man, like I'm telling you, man. Like there's certain parts of marriage that I just like. My dad never hinted at, never told me. Like
you got to tell us this stuff, and you got to tell us this stuff.
Yes, I'm gonna pass this information on to my kids because I don't want them to feel like they're the only ones. Like there's some things that I've done in our marriage with our kids and whatnot that like. So one time I was walking around the house and I think I had just got the bill and I was just like, yo. Turn off all these lights. Why are all these lights? Oh my God, I sound like my father.
Yo, okay. You sound like, in other words, you thought your father was slightly off his rocker when you were younger, but now that you're older, you realize that man was completely sane and that you were the one that completely didn't understand.
Right.
Because when I tell you that I am a light Nazi too, bruh. You gotta, it's on the schedule, yo. Every day, they get up in the morning, brush their teeth, put on their clothes, get breakfast. You know, I know, right? Because like bus schedule, 15 minutes before the bus gets here, I have to go upstairs because they're coming downstairs, and I have to make the rounds. And the rounds is turning off every light in every room that anyone steps foot in, or else they're going to be on all day.
Yep.
All day.
My son had the nerve to have a fan on all day that I didn't realize. And when I got home, I was like, wait, are you serious? Like, okay, so who controls the thermostat in your house?
Hey, what kind of question is that?
I'm just asking. What?
It's like my radio. You don't ever touch a grown man radio, boy.
Okay. Well,
it's so cute like that.
So in my house, for the last couple of years, I allowed my wife to have the thermostat, right? Just to see what just to see what's going to transpire.
He said, this is an experiment in economics. Let's go.
Oh, it was. So over this past year, like this summer, was an unusually hot summer. I give her part of that, like 20% of that. The rest of it, I don't know why. Outside is upper 90s, 100 degrees, but inside my house is 67 degrees. It is an igloo
67
in my house. So you know what I did? I replaced the thermostats with smart Alexa thermostats that report on how much energy it uses. So I can see that in real time. And so then as it gets crazy, I can dial down her crazy. Like, yeah, no, we used that amount of kilowatt hours yesterday. Yeah, no, that's got to come down. I'm sorry.
Okay, I got something I gotta tell you about. But yes, you went I'm going to show improve with hard numbers and statistics. I went don't nobody touch this thermostat. Nobody touches this thermostat unless you let me know. What I'm not about to do is any of what you explain to people why the thermostat needs to be at 71 at all times. You don't need to touch it unless the temperature in the house literally says 73. Don't ask me about the thermostat. That's it. I don't want to hear it if it's not 73 or above, or if it's not like 69 or below. Okay, so in my house, 69 to 73 is the temperature range. That's it. We're not doing any of that 68 stuff. We're not doing any of that 74 stuff. That's the range. Okay. Everybody got their range. That's my range because I sleep better in that range. So and I can tell almost within a degree when it's not in that range. Like last year, no, the summer when it was hot.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning and it was 70. It says 75. I took out my my infrared and I checked surfaces and it was like 74.3. I was like, I knew something was off. Yo.
My spider sense tingling.
Yeah, man. Because that's the range where you can walk around either in clothes or not in clothes, and everything will be fine, right? Oh my gosh! Don't touch my thermostat. Don't touch my. If you hot, take off some clothes. If you cold, put on some clothes. Don't touch my thermostat. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh! Like, so then now my next step is I'm gonna go get one of those Sense home energy monitors, so I can see all of it. So right now I can only see the HVAC, but I'm gonna see all of it because I want to know. Because if I need to cut back on stuff, it's like, hey, look, looks like the washer was used.
Yeah.
So we're signing days now.
Y'all gonna have to wear these jeans again. Y'all gonna have to wear these jeans again. So,
well, how many times you wear this? 4? Come on, you can at least get 7 out of it. Stop playing with me,
man. Okay, so funny that you would say that in Texas. Okay, for the people that have never lived off of the East Coast, understand that power companies around the rest of the nation generally they're similar.
They work well,
but they're not all the same.
Right.
Okay? Texas is an unregulated power market, so the electricity that you get. You remember when promotions and cell phones was a big thing?
Yeah.
Right? You get free nights and weekends, or they'll give you a free one free month, or they give you a bill credit of $500, something like that for cell phones.
Yeah,
it's like that with energy here. Yo, they got companies, no lie, they got companies that will try to. It's because it's like 30 power companies because it's unregulated.
They got Black Friday deals on power.
No lie, my cousin was like, "Yo, I got TXU, and I'm glad I got in when I did because they got free nights and week. They got free nights." I was like, "Free nights? What is that about?" But she was like, "Yeah, after 8 o'clock, they don't even count the electricity. You just go ham." I was like, "When did this start?"
Yo, man, I'd have that AC down to like 32 degrees just because I could. Man, that's insane. But it's also
crazy.
That's part of the reason why they had all that the craziness going on during the wintertime with them rolling blackouts.
I'm not first of all, my first rolling blackout that was not in California this summer. We're going to Goodwill, because that's what we go do. Go look at Goodwill for stuff, just to look through stuff that people gave away and to find gems, right? Because you find gems.
Absolutely.
We were in Goodwill and the power went out. And I was like, "Oh, y'all power went out." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna go to the store next door." And their power was out too. And I was like, "Oh, this is what they mean by an unregulated energy market." Like,
oh my God.
For people that don't know, Texas's grid is self-contained, right? Some people may not know what a grid is. Like, there are different areas of power that the government regulates, and that states come together and regulate or submit to the regulation together, right? And so almost, I don't know, I'd say 75-80% of the country is on a government regulated power grid. Like, the government sets the standards and you have to meet those standards to receive federal funding for your power grid. Texas is like, we don't need your federal money for power. We're going to do it ourselves. So there, it's an unregulated grid, which is why they have 30 power companies and they can offer you free nights and weekends, which I'm hoping that Black Friday, I might be able to switch my power company and get a better deal. Anyhow, look, here's the other thing. To pick a power company and a power plan, you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
You have to pick a power plan.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
By cents per kilowatt hour. Man.
So the only reason why I know about that measurement is because I had to figure that out to see how much I'd be paying for my cars charging them. Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yo, they keep up with it. They sent me an email. Your energy usage is down this week. I was like, "Hey man, nice. We good. Turn them all on." Yeah. I budgeted for a $200 power bill. It says we're gonna be at 165 at the end of this month. You turn on all the lights. It's all good. Turn on the fans. Turn on all the lights. Leave them on. It's all okay. It's all good.
Yo, throw an extra load in the dryer.
Yo, and leave it on. I want them completely dry this time. Not like slightly damp the last time we did it because we ain't have no. Dominic, they have prepaid power.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
They have prepaid power plans. So if your credit is jacked up, or if you don't have any credit history because you're undocumented and you can't put down a deposit, they will allow you to start having service at your location prepaid. And just like a prepaid cell phone, when you run through your prepaid portion, they cut your power off. And I was like, whoa. like, can you imagine the stress of getting the email that week? You got $25 worth of power left. And you don't get paid till Friday, and it's Monday. Yeah. You looking at each other like, hey man, you gotta turn everything off. Turn all the TVs off, turn everything off. Because if not, we ain't gonna have no power past Wednesday.
That would be so stressful, man. That would eat me alive. I couldn't do it. Man.
Like that level of yo, man, being poor is expensive, yo, and it's stressful. That stuff that will kill you. I couldn't imagine. Like you get that email, like, oh man, we only got that morning. Oh man, we only got $2 worth of power left.
or imagine getting that email, reading that email late, like,
yo. And you have an internet issue and you don't get the email, and then come at 11:30 while you working from home, all the power goes off. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, I know, like for us, I was upset one time because when I forget which one was a baby, either my youngest one now or my 3-year-old when we just got in the house, and I think they were still extending power out for other homes that were getting built. Man, they took down the power grid, and my wife was breastfeeding, so we got breast milk in the refrigerator. And I'm like, hey man, nah, y'all need to fix this, because if it was just me, hey, do what you want. Hey, fine, whatever. I got a baby in the house. This ain't gonna fly. Not gonna fly whatsoever.
You about to pay for this breast milk.
Yeah.
Like I need to be reimbursed.
Yeah. And it's to a point to where I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't refrigerators come with like a backup battery that lasts either 6, 12, 24, 48 hours for things exactly like that? Because in a power outage, the first thing you need to find out is, what all do I have in the refrigerator that I need to keep cold?
Again, being poor is expensive because being rich means that you have a backup battery to prevent exactly that thing right there.
But the refrigerator, if anything, refrigerators and freezers should have, like, we're in the day and age where they should have backup power.
How much do you want to pay for your refrigerator, though? That's the question.
Well, how much did you pay for yours?
I didn't pay what it's going to cost to have a backup battery in my refrigerator. I can tell you that right now.
But that technology is getting cheaper right now. So I mean, as long as the backup battery is on before the power goes off, it can sustain. As long as you don't have to bring it up to temperature, you're good.
You didn't say cheap.
I didn't. But there's refrigerator. When we were looking at refrigerators when we got in this house, I think ours cost like $2,500.
You bought a $2,500 refrigerator?
I had to give $25. It was $2,500.
Okay. I feel you. I figured it was gonna be, with a comment. And I didn't know it was gonna start with a 2, but I got you.
Well,
I like nice refrigerators too. It's okay.
Well, part of this is also like that thing has like a 10-year warranty, and then on top of that, it was during the time Trump was giving out those stimulus checks, the stimmies.
You said, I got my stimulus check. Let me add another $1,000 on this refrigerator.
Well, hey, look, and honestly, this isn't even a refrigerator I really wanted. I wanted the one with Android on it.
Oh my god!
But then I thought about it, and I was like, man, if that thing ever break, then I'll be pissed. So then I decided against it.
Okay, so here's what's interesting. I was assuming that a refrigerator with a backup battery
did not exist, and somehow you looked it up and you found one.
Wasn't a thing that normal people would be able to purchase. But seeing as how $2,500 is kind of like the sweet spot for a mid to high end refrigerator, yeah, they got them for like $3,000.
So, yeah, honestly, I've never looked that up, and I have this uncanny ability to come up with ideas that tomorrow I find out are things, and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I need to start manifesting my lottery numbers. That's what I need to do.
Oh man, this is not even really a backup battery. They're just talking about the small ones for your Android type of refrigerators. I'm disappointed, Google. I normally can rely on you to interpret the very carefully selected words that I put in the search bar to give me an answer. You know, don't just hate that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I'm not the greatest at Google searches, but I kind of know a couple words you put in the right order with the commas and stuff. You get what you want.
Oh, before this slips my mind, I want to thank everybody that's watching the show right now. This is our first live show.
Word up.
Thank you so much. This is episode 11. We've been doing this for 11 straight weeks. Definitely consistent. And I heard that if you're consistently uploading at least past 6 weeks, you're in the top 10% of all content creators. So that means we qualify, buddy.
I'm saying, man, look, we're trying to do the thing for the people, man. We're trying to be here for y'all.
But people,
and share
it gets people
experience. Oh my goodness. You silly. But yeah, no. Glad to have been here for as long as we have been, right? Because there are a lot of podcasts that don't make it to week 11. Like you said, like they just don't. And a lot of content creators don't do it weekly. And we can understand because content is hard, man.
Gosh. It is. I mean, so for this week, I gave Steve a reprieve on the show notes because he worked so hard on them. So I came up with the topics of this one. And speaking of topics, now that we're going into the holiday season, how about holiday burnout? Whether you're and honestly it says at work, but whether it's at work, home, one thing I realized being a parent is I despise the holiday season. Because not only do I have to try and travel to go see family, which is what you're doing, because first you have to decide whose family are we going to go see. Then that's just Thanksgiving. And what I realized about Thanksgiving is a dress rehearsal for Christmas.
I'm sorry. I've never heard it described that way. Could you please explain?
Okay, so food wise, it is definitely a rehearsal for dress rehearsal for Christmas. Okay, so if you're first off, you shouldn't be trying any dish that you haven't tried earlier in the year just to make. Like you putting your best foot forward. So this is the dress rehearsal for Christmas, which means you're getting a decent menu put together. That's stuff that you've made, and then you might sneak in something that you surprised yourself and actually made that's pretty good. If don't nobody touch it, it don't make it to the Christmas menu. So this is trials for Christmas.
Oh no! You use Thanksgiving?
I don't use Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I'm just very brave of you.
I'm just saying overall, for the people that put food out for Thanksgiving, this is their dress rehearsal for Christmas. Whatever does not do well on Thanksgiving, it gets cut and does not make it to Christmas.
Yo, that's crazy. Because you know what I was thinking?
What was that?
You can't not do well on Thanksgiving. Like where I'm from,
it's true.
If you jack up the macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving, you might not see Christmas. You might not. There is a unwritten rule that Thanksgiving is where the finished products arrive.
True.
So the experimental stuff, let's try it another way.
Okay.
My wife is making for the first time her German chocolate cake from scratch recipe. And she's got to bring it to Thanksgiving on Thursday. Now, she was going to make it tomorrow night because she wants it to be as fresh as possible. but it's her first time making it. So we had a long discussion, and she was like, she agreed that we probably need to do all of the experimenting before Wednesday, so that this cake, this from scratch German chocolate cake,
right,
is a finished product. Because what we don't want is the decade-long ridicule of bringing an unfinished product to Thanksgiving.
Yo, you bring the wrong product to any family gathering, you're gonna get talked about. Like, don't bring that little cake thing that you tried last. Yeah, don't. You're good. It's okay.
Wait a minute. Do I remember correctly that you don't really do like macaroni and cheese like that?
Actually, I'm okay with macaroni and cheese. Actually, Thanksgiving, I'm there for the macaroni and cheese.
I was talking to somebody. They were like, I don't really do macaroni and cheese. I was like,
nah. I'm not there for the turkey.
Black?
I'm there for the macaroni and cheese.
I was like, are you black? Like, how do you not? Even if you don't like, even if you don't eat it any other time during the year, like that's the time. Oh no, you said you don't like stuffing.
Yeah, I don't like stuffing. Yeah, but macaroni and cheese, yams, collard greens, and potato or
Wait. You said yams. Are you talking about sweet potatoes or are you talking about yams?
So I don't care either one.
Whoa. Okay, we'll let this slide. Keep going with your list.
That's practical. Well, ham. I definitely need ham. Like that turkey stuff, unless it's fried or like I know it's like really juicy, you can keep it. I don't want it. Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah, but turkey's like the last thing I'll get, regardless, because unless it's like, like I said, if it's a fried turkey, that's probably the first thing because the legs go fast. There's only 2 of them, so
I would hope there's only 2 of them. Have you ever fried a turkey?
What? Huh?
Have you ever fried a turkey?
Not personally. There's people that come to my house to fry turkeys.
You should try it, man. It's like a rites of passage, man.
No, having the fire department at my house on Thanksgiving is not what I'm looking forward to.
Look, man, they're directions, and if you follow the directions, you will not burn your house down. Okay.
So this falls in line. That's why I don't fry stuff at home. Like with oil and stuff, I barely fry anything because
I'm not talking about inside.
I know, but what I'm saying is it falls along the lines of that because that temperature, you do not get that exactly. You cannot dial that in and say, hey, can you you don't go to the fryer and say, you know what, hey, can you dial this into like 350, 400, please? It is a range, a continuously moving range. It's not like an oven.
Sounds like you have some barbecue fear.
I have my father always told me there's a few things that you don't mess with. Fire is one of them.
Like you got like fire, oil fear. Like, there are people that actually do this and don't burn their house down. It's a bunch of people that do burn their houses down. Like too hot oil, and you just drop that sucker in there, and now you have a projectile. Yeah, you have a missile.
But for me, the best way to not end up, I'm okay with not knowing which one I am. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm all right.
Hey, everybody can know their lane. Everybody has to know their lane, and it's all good. But one year you should try it, because I think that the way that you speak about turkey, like I didn't like turkey either until I had a fried one. To be honest with you, I like turkey the day after. Yeah, barbecue one too. Yeah. But whether it's fried or smoked, you got to try one of those because it'll change the way that you appreciate turkey. And once you are able to customize your seasoning to the fried turkey to the barbecue turkey, not barbecue, smoked turkey, man, turkey's a great bird, man. It's a great, like it can really be delectable.
Well,
when done right.
Hot take.
Right?
I think what was it? It was either Christmas one year or Thanksgiving one year. We completely skipped the whole tradition and had Chinese food.
Okay, can we talk about it?
Yeah,
can we talk about it? One year we skipped the whole tradition and we ordered salsaritas.
Yo, we
catered the whole thing, yo. It was dope.
I am so with that. Like, I want some days. I think one year was just like I looked at my wife. I was like, look, baby, you don't even have to cook. Don't worry about it. We'll just do something else.
Ain't nothing like it. And I promise you, if we were not going to my wife's aunt's house, yo, they came by, they delivered the joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, they put it on the table. They ain't even set it up. I don't need for you to set it up. I just need for you to cook it. You ain't got to worry about you ain't got to go to the grocery store. You ain't have to worry about no grocery list or what you forgot. Oh my gosh. And we sat down, we ate, and then we just put it back in the bag and threw it away. It was the greatest thing. It happens. So when we do it at our house, like if it's just the 5 of us, we do it that way, or maybe like slightly extended family. And for Christmas, because Christmas dinner is like an individual house thing. Well, for us, it's an individual house thing. Mm-hmm. We almost always do that. Like my wife might cook a pound cake, but it's always someplace that we're going to have the food cooked so that we don't have to do the cooking. And it's so very stress relieving.
Oh yeah.
I would, if you haven't tried it, try it one time. Like
one time, yeah.
It'll change the way that you feel about the holidays because it makes your experience so much better. Like,
yeah, clean up, like you said, the whole stress around it. But the only people that get the short end of the stick are the cousins that smoke. That you ask them, hey man, I forgot this. Can you go to the store? And that's their smoke break. They miss out. But whatever.
Can we all just like be adults and just let them go out and do the smoke? Like you ain't got to pretend to go to the store to go and hit that cancer stick. Like go ahead and do that. Just do it out there.
Yeah. Or the cousins that smoke weed. The slightly
same thing. Slightly all. It is not a secret what you're going. Everybody knows,
right? But they act like it's such a secret, and it's like, yeah, okay, we just don't say anything about it. Like, whatever, bro.
We smell it when you come back. Everybody has a contact high after you're done. We know. We don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, that's always the funny thing. Like that was like being around my friends that smoke like that. They would come back and be like, "Hey man, can you smell? Can you smell me?" I'm like, "Yes, I can." It's all over you, bro. Like, oh man, well, hey, give me some cologne. So now you got weed on top of cologne.
No.
Gotcha.
We can't. Okay.
One of the last times, second to the last time, or was it the last time? No, it was second to the last time. So I don't care that people smoke weed. It's none of my business. Don't care.
Right.
Do what you do. Just be responsible, kind of, sort of, mostly, please, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like smoke. I don't like cigarette smoke. I don't like weed smoke. I only like cigar smoke when it smells like there should be whiskey around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brother, I used to let my brother borrow my car when we were much younger. It's probably 20.
One we used to play basketball with, right?
Yeah, about 20. It's about 20 years ago, right? Last time we fought, right? And I only have one rule. One rule. Do not smoke in my car. I don't care what you do. You can burn out. Don't smoke in my car, and don't scrape my rims. 2 rules. Sorry, 2 rules. That's it.
Everything else is game.
I don't even care about the gas. Just don't bring it back on E. Just don't bring it back with the light on.
True.
You can bring it back almost on E, just not without the light on, because I don't want you to mess up my fuel pump, right?
Man, you good peoples, because I'm not that jealous.
Well, I mean, you gotta pick your battle. Like I hate the smell of smoke. My car, they went out for the weekend and whatever, and then get back, and my car smells like smoke, and I was livid. And 2 grown men. He was mad at me for being mad at him. I was mad at him for my car smelling like smoke. We was about to fight. I was so unbelievably upset. But yo, like we almost my little
the fight. He was like in the middle of us, and he was like pushing my
brother away, and he's pushing me. He was like, yo. I was like, I know it's smoke. That's why I say don't smoke in my car. You smoke outside of the car. Roll the windows down. Get some air freshener. Something, but don't smoke in. Man, I was on the King Kong ain't got nothing on me. You never touch my car again. I was so mad. It was so bad. Anyhow, no.
Just
don't act like it's a secret. Just go do your thing and come back so we can all play spades like we're gonna do after we eat anyway. So
yeah. I mean, for the most part, we've all done it. It is what it is. All right, cool, whatever.
I've only smoked. I was in a group chat yesterday. We were talking about smoking, and I was like, first of all, I've never had a blunt. Never had a blunt. I've only had like 3 cigars. They were all at weddings, and I've had like 2 cigarettes. I had 2 cigarettes. I had them back to back when I was 19. I had come home for the summer, and I was working. I was like managing like a day crew, cleaning stuff, and everybody smoked. I was like, all right, what's this smoking stuff about? Because I was smoke. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try these cigarettes. This nigga gave me a pack of Newports. I took a Newport, I lit that joint. I smoked through the first. I was like, all right, this is good. Let me get another one. I smoked through the second. I was like, these cigarettes gonna kill me. And that was it. That was it. Like cold turkey. I was like, you know how you eat something or you ingest something or you have an experience and you go, I will do this every day until it kills me. So I can't. I had that experience. I was like, I see why people die from lung cancer. I can never pick up one again. It was that bad.
Well, okay. So for me, I'll put it like this. I never smoked weed until my senior year in high school. And honestly, and for my parents that are watching, hey, look, that one time that you thought you caught me, no, for real. I was just around people who smoke weed, but I never actually did it until senior year in high school. Everything was straight. Everything was on cruise control. I was like, you know what? My homeboy Troy, he'd always be like, hey man, yo, like he was cool about it. Like he smoked weed like 4 times a day, but he's polite. He was like, hey man, you want to hit this? I was like, nah. He was like, all right, cool, whatever. And we would still do just, some people like, nah, man, you gotta hit it. Like he asked me for like a year straight, and I was like, nah, man. And then like one day I was like, you know what? All right, cool, let's do it. But I've never smoked cigarettes. I have smoked a Philly, like the cigar. I've done that because that's what we used to roll them with. But yeah, I mean, honestly, smoking weed was cool. It was just, I honestly don't see how you would really want to feel like that all day. That was just my thing. I was like, I mean, it's cool here and there. Like I do it like once a day. Like that was my max. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to be walking around on clouds the entire time. But so I have thought about just buying a pack of cigarettes and just keeping it on me, because do you know how many 15-minute breaks smokers get?
So you're gonna cosplay so you can work the clock?
Bro, because it never counts against. They never say, "Oh well, hey, I got to put in, my lunch break for this." No. They have their 15-minute per hour smoke breaks and lunch on top of that. Like, oh my god, I was gonna get me a pack of cigarettes and keep me a lighter with me and just be out there just playing with it. Like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Okay,
but yeah, that's.
Smokers are addicted.
Man, you can't. That's an allowance for people that are addicted to a highly addictive substance.
No,
so that they don't lose their mind and shoot up the place of employment. Okay, and you can't have that be the case. You don't smoke.
Nah, if that be the case, they need to take their smoke breaks out of their lunch break. Because for us that don't smoke, that's unfair to the rest of us. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you're not gambling with lung cancer, so it's kind of a wash, don't you think? It's kind of a wash. I mean, they're literally throwing the dice. I think it's a wash. I think we can let them have that. Okay, I think we're gonna let them have that. It's rough, man.
Nah, man, I can't let them have that. No. But man, hey. So the next thing that we have is so I've been actually getting into a lot of science and space travel with 2 things. First, Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah.
He's really good. Like I always heard his name, but I never really truly understood how good he was until I started watching his podcast. And he has some dude named Chuck Nice with him. He's like a comedian, and he's actually pretty funny. But they have like a lot of different people come on. Like they had like the the command sergeant major of the Space Force on there at one point. Like they have a lot of high profile people, which is actually really nice. And they really put like small concepts of what happens with the wind chill, how that comes into play, or space travel, or the fact that we know more about this space than we do our own oceans. Like that's truly scary. That we know more about the sky, but not much of our oceans. Like we've only explored like maybe 3% of that, if that.
Well, nobody really wants to go.
Like, I get that. I don't really. Do you know what's in our oceans?
I don't.
Not really. Well, especially after especially after that submersible incident, I'm good. I'm just saying,
Every time I think about that submersible incident, I laugh, and I shouldn't laugh because it's okay. Have your friends ever told you or accused you of having an outlook on tragedy that should not
include comedy?
I have that issue because there are things that are tragically stupid that I find comical. Okay, just like I understand that they're tragedies, but they're tragedies that could have been prevented, and so there's an air of comedy in them. So I'm not laughing at the fact that there's tragedy there. I'm laughing at the fact that it could have been avoidable. Like that dude that got mauled when he jumped into a lion enclosure. Like I laugh because that's a lion enclosure. You're not supposed to be there.
You knew that before you jumped in there. You didn't just fall in there.
You jumped in there to go make out with the lion, and now you're talking. Now you're having a conversation with Jesus. That's not. I find that slightly comical because had you not, then at any rate, I don't want to know what's in the ocean. I don't want to know what's in the ocean. I'd rather not. Well, I do want to know what's in the stars, though.
True. Well, honestly, both are somewhat scary, but I'd rather not be crushed or imploded. I guess I'd rather freeze to death. But another. Go ahead. Yo, you tripping? Yo. You are tripping.
I'm sorry. It's funny to me. Well, millionaires got into a tin can that was unregulated and went deeper than James Cameron did.
Like, okay, let's talk about let's unpack this. Like, so you mean to tell me, because you had to be a pretty smart person to get that kind of wealth that they had, and yet
no, you don't have to be. You have to be lucky and opportunistic. Smart only partly play. It's like 22% of the equation.
Well, but it's still part of the equation. But your dumb behind said, I'm going to jump in this unregulated tin can when you could have called James Cameron himself and said, hey, man, you might take somebody who's completed dives to Marianas Trench multiple times, built his own sub that can handle it. And you said, I'm going to go hop my behind in this Coke can and call it a day.
So the crazy part is, if I remember correctly, James Cameron was asked before they went on that trip about the efficacy of the vessel that was going to be used. And he was like, don't like. And it was like, we're going to go anyway. So like the laughter around the tragedy is specifically for that. Everybody said, don't go. You went. And now you're puree on the bottom of the ocean floor. That is sad.
Like I had to look up the definition of implode after that. And I was just like, yeah, that's not a good way to go. I'm sorry.
People don't understand. And that is the worst death possible.
And you bums had us glued to the freaking TVs after 3-4 days to see if you guys were possibly alive and speculating when you guys died essentially, what was it? 30 an hour into it.
Nah, man. My Twitter was like, hey man, they dead. Here go the audio.
Like James Cameron on like not too long after that and was like, yeah,
they're not gonna make it.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, they've been gone. What are you talking about? I was like, dang, okay, well,
yo, there were people that were saying, hey, we listened to the audio of the incident and
under the water, and then
that's how they came to the implosion. Like the U.S. Navy, the day that it happened, that they were dead, they just couldn't be like, we knew, right? they knew.
You could.
They just had to play the role
that quickly.
Yeah, no, you can't reveal your sources and methods. Okay, you just can't.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, but anyway, like with Star Talk, it also got me into the show called For All Mankind. And
you watched Is it good?
Oh, it's really good. It is up there. Okay, I'm telling you. I promise you, it's up there.
Is it good enough to be moved to the top of the watch list, or just added to the watch list?
It goes to the top of the watch list.
Okay, listen, man. This is really important because those are really strong words, right? My watch list.
I'm not wielding them willy nilly. I'm being serious.
Watch list is thorough. Like, you know, I'm a year late on Ghost and on Force because of the way that my watch list is set up. Only the top stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about it goes to the top of
yes, it goes to top.
Really, really good. Okay, all right. Okay, well, what makes it
and here's as good as it is?
Okay, so here's the premise.
What's the premise behind it?
Basically,
yeah.
So For All Mankind is about the space race, like starting in like 1960s and whatnot. And this is if Russia made it first.
Oh.
And essentially each season is like the first season starts in the 60s, then the next season starts in the 70s, and then it's like they skip decades after, at the end of each season. It's only like 10 episodes per season, and you get to see the matriculation of space travel in those decades. It's really, really interesting. It's really good. They're on 4th season now, and it's on Apple TV. But yes, like I said, it's moved to the top of the watch list.
Okay. Well, I will add it, and I will move it very high up to the top very high up the watch list. I don't know how high I move it up the watch list. I'm serious about this watch list thing. Like there's levels to this. Like I want to put it up top, but there's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh man.
So and then also I will say the first 2 episodes you have to, you're of any series, and I'm like this too. Like anytime I watch a series, I'm like, man, I don't feel like getting to know. I don't feel like getting to know these characters. But the first 2-3 episodes, you have to really try to figure out who's who. Granted, you're gonna figure out later on down the road, but after the first 3 episodes, you can be like, okay, all right, cool. I got it. Let's do this.
So what you're telling me now is it takes 3 episodes to grab me as a viewer,
because they're giving you so much, and
no. I mean, I'm honest. I'm cool with it. Yeah. I just need to know, right? Because I'm not going to invest. You can't. This was my problem with Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones. First of all, Game of Thrones first episode. There was nothing to grab you in that first episode until the end of the episode.
Right. Episode
1, the last 40 seconds of that episode were the only reason that you would watch episode 2, and you had to go through a whole hour to get there. And I was like, this is the reason why I didn't watch it for like 2 years, because I couldn't get past the first episode. I was like, why would I watch it? And somebody was like, you got to watch it to the end. And then I watched it to the end. I was like, that's why you watch this show. If you're telling me it's 3 episodes, and I'll give it 3 episodes, but if it's not there by that 3rd episode, it's like,
no,
my man.
I say 3 episodes because I'm trying not to give away what
I mean.
Yeah, hey. I don't want to give it away, and it's like it takes 3 episodes to get there, and once it gets there, you're like, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I see why he said that. But I guarantee,
I'll give it 3 episodes. But nowadays, you gotta have. There's so many shows that are good that really truly ruin that thesis. Like me and my friends, we have the fall 4 episode rule. Right. Right. It used to be 4 episodes, right? Any fall show that you want to watch, you got to give it 4 episodes, or else you won't know how good it's going. Well, since COVID, like actually probably the year before COVID,
so very good in the first couple episodes that
if it's not good in the first couple episodes, I'm not even really wasting my time. Like, put like this. Do you watch Ted Lasso?
That's on my watch list. I watched like the first 3 episodes.
This is judgment. This is judgment. And I don't do it much, but what I will tell you is the
soccer aspect of it.
Right? Because for most Americans, the soccer aspect of it, Ted Lasso is probably one of the best series I've ever seen in my entire life from start to finish.
Yeah.
And in the first episode, if you can get past the soccer stuff in the first episode, it's actually really funny. Like Lasso, and there are a bunch of other ones that those first episodes are really good. So you could tell that it's going to have some longevity and quality writing and care in the shows. It didn't used to be that way. They used to make you used to have to get into the middle of the season for a show to be good. That's when shows were the TV shows were 26 weeks, right? You remember the 26-week schedule?
Yep.
And then they chopped it down to 13, and now it's whatever you want it to be because
like what is this mid-season finale BS?
It's a way to garner more ad dollars. That's it. Like they figured out, first of all, they wanted to stop losing money over the holiday season when people were traveling and doing everything that wasn't causing them to watch TV, right? They wanted to give away to sports and to the award ceremonies, right? And they wanted to maximize the end of that time coming up to the point where they cross over from showing the TV shows to doing all the Christmas sports and award ceremonies. So they created the mid-season finale, right? Or the mid-season cliffhanger, whatever you want to call it, to maximize the ad dollars. Because if you do it right, there's always been kind of like a mid-season climax for good shows, right? But now every show does it, and you do it so that you can charge more for ad dollars. That's it. Like it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But I get it. I get it.
Unfortunately.
I get it.
Unfortunately.
But yeah.
Reasonable, but no, I don't like it.
This For All Mankind, I'm gonna give it a go. Like I got to get it done before like December the 20th.
Watch it with the wife. I guarantee if she'll be into it too. It's really good.
My wife's incredible. Than me by a shot. When I tell you, over like the last,
she's watched every Star Wars property.
Like she
went in.
A character from a movie and a scene. It was this and it was that and it was this. I'm like, oh man. So now I'm no longer the Star Wars historian in the house. I go to her for Star Wars stuff. It's really crazy. But it's also really cool because she dives into stuff. And hopefully she'll dive in to For All Mankind. But she be flaky sometimes. She's like, I don't really want to watch this stuff. I'm like, come on, we ain't doing nothing right now. It's only 7:30. She's like, I don't want to watch it. I'm like, what you want to watch? I want to watch Christmas Lights. Christmas Lights? I mean, sometimes Christmas lights be dope. So sometimes Christmas light battle is dope, but you want to see Christmas lights this year? This is not on the list. I know we're off the list.
Yeah. Well, yes. I was just talking about that earlier today. I'm taking the kids to see the Christmas lights this year up in Concord. Okay,
so there's Christmas lights up in Concord. There's I gotta send it to you. It's not McCaddenville. Although McCannville is nice.
Yeah.
There's Christmas lights about 45 minutes away from Charlotte, going towards Asheville.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. Like you get in your car and you like it's on, I don't know, 65, 70 acres. They play music the whole time. They got synchronized lights. It's pretty dope. I had to send it to you. Like we went last year, and it was so dope that I let the kids this is how dope it was. Like I was really feeling the Christmas spirit because I really wanted to go because my wife really hyped it up. And I was like, you know how your wife hypes something up and you say to yourself, it can't be as good as you're making it out to be. She was right. I was wrong. It was definitely better than she was making it out to be. So we got out there. Yo, it was so dope. I was letting my kids hang out the window of the truck. That's how dope it was. Like we had the we had the back. We had all the windows down with the sunroof open. We had 2 kids out the sunroof, 1 kid out of every window. It was so amazing. I can't remember what the name of it is, but when I send it to you, it's like $23 for the car or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe not 22, maybe like $15. I don't know what it is. And then once you go through the whole place, they got this place where you can go, you can like buy food, and then they have like a band come out.
Mm-hmm.
It is so amazing. I'm really looking forward to Christmas lights this year.
I'm gonna check that out.
I'm gonna send it to you, and then I want you to come back and tell everybody how it was, because I think your kids will enjoy it.
Yeah,
your kids enjoy it for sure.
Oh, absolutely, man. So,
gosh,
here is the other thing that I got to put this on screen. I want people to see this because
screen work.
Oh yeah, screen work. Window. Have you ever seen this thing before?
Wait for it. Oh, come on, man. We was having such a good time.
Have you ever seen that before?
We're having such a good time. Let me make this bigger. Oh.
So this is the US debt clock.
This is depressing.
Like, look at that giant number. That's what? Million, billion, trillion.
This is depressing. Why do we?
And it's just going up, literally.
How did this get in your gears to grind them today? What happened? Tell me the story.
Well,
that got us here.
It's always in the back of my mind. Let's put it that way. It's always in the back of my mind. And it annoys me because they have the balls to give me a credit score. Like, you have the gall to give me a credit score, but look at this number.
Man, okay, first of all, credit scores didn't happen until like the late 80s. I didn't know that.
Really?
They're not even. Yeah, no, like they're literally a new invention.
Like, look at this. Look at this.
But the debt is not. The debt been around for a while.
Right. Well, savings per family. Liquid cash and personal savings for all U.S. families divided by the number of
Oh, wait a minute. You pulled up the website so you can see the numbers keep going up? Hey,
it's
come on, man. We're in the Christmas season. We don't need that depressing. We don't need to see the numbers going up. It's depressing enough as it is.
Like, this thing is crazy. Like, I'm sorry. I had to show that because it's just like, oh, my God. Why are we not talking about this? This is the problem.
You want to know why we're not talking about it?
Why?
We're not talking about it because if we talk about it, then we have to talk about where our tax dollars actually go. Like, if we talk about it, we have to talk about the fact that our military industrial complex has not passed an audit in 30 years. Like, they've lost trillions of dollars. And nobody wants to talk about that.
Well, but also at the same time, let's talk about the fact that our military spends twice as much as every other country combined. Twice.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. Here's my thing about this. I get that. But what I do know that I don't think people take into account when we start talking about military expenditures is that's the only way the country works. Right. To change the way that the military spends will change the very nature of the fabric of America. Because what most people don't get is that the only way for America to have an economy the way that it does is for the government to spend the way that it does. That's why when Republicans talk about we don't want big government, you're lying, because that's the only way the economy works. Right. Paying these defense contractors, not just the big defense contractors, but the smaller companies that do all the business. That's how the country works. The government is literally taking money and buying stuff to create an endless cycle of spending and revenue. That's the only way that it works. And if you stop doing that, then. But here's the only problem with that. My only problem with that is, I get that. Just tell me where the money is going. Like, don't lie to me and say that you lost $3 trillion. No, nobody loses $3 trillion.
That kind of money.
Yeah, it's like
I lose $50. I'm mad for the rest of the day.
I mean, your mother sent you to the store and she give you a $20 bill and she asks you to get a gallon of milk, and you come back with a gallon of milk and 3 packs of sunflower seeds. You didn't lose the other $6. You spent it on something. So tell me what you spent it on. Like, I get it. I understand that it has to work this way. Just don't lie to me about the fact of the things that you spent it on. But they can't tell us that, because if they told us that, then we would realize that it's set up for people to abuse the system and whatnot. So,
absolutely. I mean, 100%.
You know,
super abuse. I just
wish I was one of the people that could take it. I don't want to abuse this. I just want to take advantage of all of that.
I want to be able to sit next to people in a giant room with Congress and be like, hey, what are we all investing in so we can make money? Oh, okay. All right, cool. No problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And then, like, with Social Security, I don't like. And this is okay. I am 34. I'm 34, and this keeps me as a man with a wife and kids and looking at retirement in, at another 30 years. It scares the crap out of me that one, the where I'm putting my money. Of course, I have 401ks and yes, but still, the fact that this thing that they created in order to help me once I reach that age is possibly going to run out of money. Because one, the population is living longer, which I get that. But now because of that, they're thinking about switching the Social Security age to like 70 something. I'm like, oh, so this is well, I mean, I'm black. I get it. The moving goalposts. Fine. Whatever. I've been dealing with that all my life, but sheesh, come on. Like, and it gets to a point to where now I'm like, okay, look, I'm not planning on that. I need to find something. And if anybody's an investor or what's the thing called? A certified tax preparer?
CPA.
CPA.
Certified public
Yeah. We need to talk. We need to link up, like, for sure, because I need to figure out how to keep most of my money. My W-2 income, and I need somebody who, and then I think above a CPA is called an enrolled agent, somebody who knows the tax strategies even deeper. I need to get with that person so we can figure out like some stuff so I can, live comfortably once I have a goal for myself. I want the option to retire by 50. The option.
I mean, it's possible, but it's. So here's my concern about Social Security is this, right? Because you and I, we are gainfully employed, right? Our wives are gainfully employed, right? And we're employed at jobs that pay us above the national average. And if we make sound investments and we pay our debts and we pay our mortgage, when it's time for us to retire, we should be in some respects fine, right? We should have wealth in a way that we can retire with dignity. My thing about Social Security is I don't have a problem paying Social Security at all. I'm not even necessarily mad at the thought that it may not be there when I retire. My concern is for the people that have to rely on Social Security and Social Security alone to live at the Social Security age. What do you expect them to do?
Right.
Like that Social Security as a safety net was ingenious because it was designed to make sure that there was a standard of living for all Americans, regardless of how well or how poorly you did in life, right? It's a social safety net in a way to prevent or to provide alternatives for people in their old age from either A, having to work until you're, you can't stand or walk anymore, or B, making so they don't have to turn to a life of crime, if you will, right? People don't understand. Okay, soapbox time. The problem that I have with people and particularly rich people or just people in general that have such a problem with funding social services is that they don't want any of the ramifications that come with removing the social services, but they don't want to fund them either. Right. You don't want kids to vandalize or to steal things in your home, but you don't want to pay for Boys and Girls Club of America. You don't want to have safe places for them or after school programs that benefit them and that occupy their time and that teach them skills or that teach them arts so that they have an alternative to robbing your home. Right. You don't want to pay people $15 an hour as a minimum wage, but you also don't want to see homeless people living on your streets. You know what I mean? You don't want to pay for mental health services, but you don't want to see the crazy squeegee man when you get on the highway. Like you can't have it both ways. Can't have it both ways. And since you got the money, like you gotta make a decision. Yeah. Like you can't, and I mean, I don't want to sound anti-Republican because there are some Republican pillars that I kind of wish minority communities had access to. Right. But a part of their smaller government, a part of their lower taxes, always benefits just them and no one else. And then they're mad when everybody else are having a reaction to living that causes them to do stuff that is counter to the fabric of America. Like when I go into Walmart and everything in Walmart is behind the glass, you know what I think to myself?
What's that?
You should pay people more. You want to know why I think that?
What's that?
Because if you pay people more, then the people that you're paying more will be able to spend more money.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably in their community, which funds the economy in the community. They can spend more money on small businesses and on services. And that money within the community would help people to have jobs, which would make it so that they can pay for the soap behind the glass and not steal it. Right. You know what I mean, like pay people a livable wage so that the people that are working at your Walmart are not on government assistance. Yeah. And can't afford it and are willing to steal from their workplace because they can't afford the stuff that's there, which by the by, most theft in high-end stores, not high-end stores, but in retail stores happens from within. It's not even like
absolutely, yeah. It's not outside people.
Yeah. So you're creating the conditions of your own malaise. I think I said that right. At any rate, like if you did just a little bit more, like I'm sorry, I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but back to where we started with welfare. I get it. At some point, I would like to retire as well, and I'm praying that I don't have to factor in Social Security into my retirement because it probably will not be there. Although I'm much closer to retirement than you are, much closer.
What?
Much closer.
Like what? 6, maybe 7 years.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to retire at 50, we might retire at the same time.
Hey, look,
you gonna call me back? Hey, Steve, it's today. I'd be like, yep, it's today.
Let's do it. Let's get on out of here. But I just want to have that because here's my thing. If I was able to pay off my mortgage, I mean, with the job that I have and all that, like going to work wouldn't be such essentially a chore because now that that debt is alleviated, I'm like, I feel good. I feel even better because I don't have this looming debt over my head. Just and that's just where it comes from. It's like, I want to be able to say, hey, I own my home. That's always been the American dream. And right now, I do believe, if anybody that's out there that's renting and you're wanting to own a home, stay renting. I'm sorry. The way mortgage rates are right now and all that, it's a wash. And then on top of that, I have to pay property tax every year. I have to make sure my lawn's cut because the HOA's up my behind. I have to make sure and all that. Like I just. HOAs are racist.
I'm gonna put that out there, and we'll come back to it another day. They're racist, patently racist. But no, I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna disagree.
Mm-hmm.
It's my understanding that because of the way that the housing market is, I know interest rates are high, but if you can actually get a home loan, you're responsible enough to be in a position to refinance, right? That's the first thing.
True.
Second thing is, everybody that I listen to talk about this and that talk about the prices of homes, talk about the fact that a home as a primary source of wealth, like you said, is the American dream.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the market has to reset at some point, dude, the value of homes, by and large, can only mostly rise.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm not saying go out and get a home loan, but I am saying if you can get one, don't get it because the interest rates. Don't not get it because the interest rates are high. Like, don't overextend yourself getting it because the interest rates
exactly. Yes,
but just understand that the value of your home is not necessarily going to go down in the short term. Do your
research, please, on whatever area that you plan on getting a home.
Yeah, it's
not gonna. I will say we did a pretty good job here, where where we bought versus what the value is now is we got in at a pretty good time. I'm okay with that. It's just sometimes just the little nagging things, like especially those freaking AC unit filters. Bro, like every time I turn around, it's like time to replace. They're dirty. I'm like, so you know what I did? I got reusable ones, the metal ones.
Really? I had never thought to Google that. A reusable AC filter.
Reusable. So basically, they're metal. They use electrostatic to catch all the stuff and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And basically, all I have to do is like once every 3 or 4 months, take the thing out, wash it out, let it dry, stick it back up there, and it's like $40 per. And I'm like, I'm okay with that.
Oh, well, no, that makes sense. So you like pressure wash? You just put it in the bathtub or something?
I'm not putting that dirty thing in my bathtub.
I don't know. I have no frame of reference, dude. Come on.
But no, yeah, I'll take it outside.
You out here talking about refrigerator batteries and reusable air filters. I never thought that there would be. I just thought I was going. It's like crack. I thought I was going to be buying reusable air filters every month for the rest of my life. Like, it's not going away. Like, once you're on it, you're on it.
Yeah, no, you take it and go outside and pressure wash it and just let it dry, and then you put it back in the vat or whatever that you get.
And let me clean that up. I was talking about in the way that it's kind of hard to get off of. Like, when you start buying a certain type, even if you start buying a certain type of air unit, air filter, like, it's kind of.
Well, what got me was, so one time we went to Lowe's, and I'm feeling like a great homeowner. I'm like, yes. So what is this? I need the best one, and for that best one that's gonna last 3 months was $40 in and of itself.
Dude,
I was like, absolutely not.
Do you set yours up on an alarm system? Like, do you have like it in your calendar to remind you, or do you just do it on, or before you switch over? Do you just do it when you remember?
When I remember, and I look up like, oh, that thing is disgusting. Oh yeah, I do that.
No.
Hey, look, I'm just being real, man. Whatever.
I'm with you. I'm only laughing because I was that way, and then I had to set up on a timer, because if I don't set up a timer, I'm not going to remember. Yeah. Like, I went like, okay, my AC. I thought my AC had gone out one time because I forgot to change the filter for like 4 or 5 months. Yo, you know how you take the filter out and the filter is supposed to be like this, right?
Yep.
My filter was like this.
Oh no! But here's the thing: it's like life has a way of reminding you of stuff. Like, things you're just like, man. There's like, I think I woke up out of my sleep one time. I was like, I gotta change the AC. Well, actually, what tipped me off was the fact that my kids were starting to. It's like it seemed like they were having allergy symptoms, and I was I was just like, and I looked up at the thing. I was like,
was everybody sneezing? Yeah. So is everybody sneezing so much right now?
Yeah, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna nip this in the butt. Let's go. And I got on the interweb so quickly. I was like, reusable AC filter, and I was just like, oh, so they do. All right, cool. I'm with it.
Yo, okay. So my wife just hit up the chat. She was like, "What'd she say? The Tryon Equestrian Center is the place that you need to go.
Yeah,
that's where you need to go. It's dope. It's a trip. It's gonna be a trip, but it's gonna be a really good one. I'm trying to tell you, and make sure that you're prepared to buy food because food is pretty good, and the experience is what you really what you want. Like the band come through, they in costumes, they play with the kids, all that good stuff.
Well, so the only question my wife would have is, do they have turkey legs? That's all she wants. That's all she.
I believe so. Yes.
And she's in.
And you want to go, so you want to go early enough so that you get done before like 8 o'clock. All right, so that because I think the food places start shutting down at like 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Did I tell you that? So my job's having a Christmas party where they rented out the Carowinds.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought I heard you say something. I just want to make sure I heard you say what you just said the right way, because it sounded like you said that your place of employment rents out Carowinds for Christmas.
For a Christmas party, yes.
Yo, man, come on, man. Don't be flexing like that. You ain't have to do that. That was unnecessary. You could take that to the grave.
Last year was
you could take that to the grave.
Look, last year was the first year, and then this is the second year. And so for us normal people,
y'all got part-time employment.
We got plenty of part-time. But it's so like, even as employees, we sat there and we talked about it the other day. It was like, that is unfathomable money. Like, and then somebody was saying something, and I was like, you know what? Oh, my bad. I forgot. This is a tax write-off. Duh. Absolutely. It's a work meeting. So of course you'll put out that money. It's tax savings.
Because you know what I was about to, that's a big flex, yo. Can you imagine making it?
And here's the scale of it. Not only do they rent out the park, everything that you want to get from Carowinds is free.
Yo, man, how much money y'all making on cars, yo? I feel like y'all are cheating the customer if y'all making so much money that y'all can rent out Carowinds for a Christmas party.
Dude, like
Carowinds with an open bar? And by open bar, I mean like open.
Yes. Food, drinks, the works, all of it. And then on top of that, they give you these things that are Beagle Bucks. So every employee gets $65 worth of Beagle Bucks to spend on like the gift in the gift shop. So
y'all making too much money on cars. Y'all making too much money on cars. That's what it is.
The whole thing, like, it's like I went to the bar just to test it. I was like, hey, let me get a whiskey sour. And then, of course you tip the person. I'm like, yeah, so how much? They're like, yeah, what do you mean? I'm like,
dude,
how much is this? Dude. Like, yo, just stop playing with me. Like, how much do you want me to pay?
Y'all are adding points on finances. Something that's that's where that dealer markup goes, huh? Goes to Carowinds. That's what you telling me?
I don't know, man. Look, I just do my job. I keep my head down and call it a day. And whatever they decide to do is, like, oh, okay, all right, no problem.
Well, dude, that's dope. Are you taking the whole family, I presume? And I hope that you have a good time. Ride some rides for me, because
for sure,
that's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's a good time. I mean, and honestly, I do it for the kids, and my mother-in-law absolutely loves it. So that's her.
You do it for the kids. You do it for the kids.
Okay, so what? I leave my kids.
I wasn't. You gonna stand on that? You gonna stand on that? Because good and well you be on the ride. Like, you ain't gonna ride. Okay, fine. Just stand right there. Don't move. I can see you on the ride. I can see you on the ride. Just don't go anywhere.
Big kid in the candy store. I'm like, hey, you got the kids right? I'm gone.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh man, but that's really dope. Like,
yeah. Well, and then did you hear that the Six Flags and Six Flags and Cedar Point, they're merging, and then the headquarters is going to be here in Charlotte.
Wow, no, I did not know that. I did not know that the headquarters was going to be in Charlotte. That's interesting.
Yeah, so that's Charlotte's becoming it's becoming big. Not say any of you need to move here. We are
we're full.
We are full.
We're full.
We don't want no more. We're not trying to become Atlanta. We're getting there already. Let's not hurry this, please. Just stay where you are.
In Dominique's defense, Charlotte does not have the infrastructure for any more people moving to it at the present moment. Does not have the infrastructure. Nope. So please, if you think about moving, give it a never.
Yeah,
never. They don't want any more people.
We'll let you know when we open back up.
We say we'll put you on the list.
Yes.
We'll put you, and we will call you.
Don't call us.
We can take more people. Don't call us. Don't call us.
If you don't have family that's already here or anybody that can get you in, no, we're good. Thank you.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
We are all right. Hey, speaking of that, so we moved on to the point of the show that we're going to talk about how my Eagles, they didn't necessarily destroy the Kansas City Chiefs, but let's just say we're vindicated from our Super Bowl loss.
For a very short time, this is a public service announcement. For a very short time, I'm going to appear to be an Eagles fan because I like their colors or their mascot or even their city. It's only because I like their quarterback. Now, having said that, last night,
disclaimers.
You got to give a disclaimer because if not, people will be like, "Hey, man, you Eagles fan?" No, man, no, you didn't listen to the disclaimer, yo. I'm just saying I like their quarterback because, support black quarterbacks, and Jalen Hurts is a really cool guy. He's a man of faith. He scrapped his way in college. He fought his way and he had to go someplace else. And, like he's a good dude to follow. And if his jersey was not green and white, I'd probably have one. Okay.
I'll send you one for Christmas. Sorry.
I will light it on fire on the podcast. Don't do that. Don't waste your money. don't waste your money.
Oh,
okay?
Man. Okay, a t-shirt.
Like there's respect, but there's not fandom. Okay, let's. But no, the Eagles won last night. Like, yeah, they won last night. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And I put up a post yesterday. I was like, so if the Eagles were not playing the Kansas City Chiefs and the refs, they'd probably be Super Bowl champions at this moment. Like, because they have a very good quarterback, they have a very good system, and they have a very good quarterback. And they got a good defense. Like that kid, Jalen Carter. Oh my God. You see when he almost caught the spike?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before?
That was pure. That was almost genius.
Your boy said he saw it on YouTube and he was like, why not try it?
If he would have intercepted the spike,
I'd have quit. If I was like a wide receiver and I had to run up to the line of scrimmage because the clock and I'm looking at the quarterback, he's like, down, sit that. And I know he's gonna spike it, and the dude catches it, I just walk off the field. But then again, the freaking Kansas City Chiefs receivers one catching the ball anyway, so they were useless. Yo, did you see the pass?
Yeah. But here's Patrick Mahomes as a class act. Even though it was stupid what he said, he was like, yeah, maybe I should have thrown it a bit shorter. I'm like, it was a perfectly thrown ball. What are you talking about? Like, that was a perfectly thrown ball. And he's like, I should have thrown it shorter.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. Let me not go nuts. I will say that Patrick Mahomes, being the professional that he is, he's right. He could have thrown it shorter, right?
What, like 3 inches shorter?
Here's what I know. Either you're going to catch the ball or you're not. So 3 inches shorter in that moment when the ball touched two hands means nothing.
Exactly. You like the old football rule says, if it hits your hands,
Absolutely.
You got to catch it.
Okay. I'm from the if it hits your hand, you got to touch it. You got to catch it.
Yeah.
Right. It hit both of his
hands. And
he didn't catch it. Unfortunate for him as a player. But yo, standards are standards. Mm-hmm. Yo, you didn't catch the ball when they called on your number. They dialed up the right play. You beat the coverage. You were wide open. You were winning the game. The ball was in your hands, and you didn't catch the ball. And if they don't have guys that can catch the ball, they're not going to repeat. They're not going to make it
right
out of the first round of the playoffs. They don't have guys that can catch the ball.
But that's where when they lost Tyreek Hill, it was like, so who are they throwing the ball to? And it was crazy that they still won the Super Bowl, even getting to that aspect of it. And hats off to Andy Reid and team, because it's like you guys are doing this without. We're
talking about consistency, right?
Right.
We're talking about consistency.
Yeah.
Last year they made a good run, and for 2 straight games, the wide receivers called the football.
Yeah.
Right. For 2 straight games, there would be the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship game. Right. But even if you remember even the games before that during the year, they were still having problems with drop balls. Like it wasn't like a guarantee that you had a part of the problem. Now this year they're having the same issue. And people have gotten better.
Yeah.
And I don't.
But I mean,
it's gonna be rough for them.
I mean, it's still hard, like for Philly to go in there to Geha Stadium and pull out a win, or Arrowhead and pull out a win. That's tough.
It was a big win. It was a statement win. They looked like the best team in football, right?
A tush
man, you better enjoy now. They're gonna be illegal next year. Illegal.
Yo, the
illegal.
Like, oh my god, it is such a like every time you see it, you're like, man, they're gonna get like 4 yards off this.
Hey man, look, if I was the center on another team, I might just pick up the ball and move it myself. You need 1 yard, you got 1 yard. Let's not go through this. Let's not go through this anymore. Yeah.
As the defense be like, here, just give it to him. Let's
just give it to him. Just give it to him. Let's save us all pain and frustration, and let's give them the yard that they need for first down. Okay. Yeah. But no, Eagles look good. The Eagles, they gutted it out. You know, they didn't. Jalen Hurts had what? He had 1 interception. He didn't have any throwing touchdowns, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns, and they had another rushing touchdown. They did what they were supposed to do, and they won the game. And I'm a fan of Jalen Hurts. I really like the kid. I hope the best for him, except for when they play against the Cowboys. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even then, because I got him as my fantasy quarterback, I hope he throws for like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns and no picks. And I hope that Dak throws for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns and no picks. That's how it goes.
That is so weird. Like during fantasy, you be like, man, like that's how it was. Because I have Patrick Mahomes, but I'm an Eagles fan, so it was like, I need Patrick Mahomes to go off, but I also kind of want Jalen and them to get the win. And it was just crazy because I think I was slated to win, and then I was losing anyway. I was like, you know what? Forget fantasy. All right, come on, Jalen, let's just do this. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm done. Like, I think I have to win these next 3 games in order to be in playoff contention, and I'm ready for this.
I'm not in playoff contention. I will not be in playoff contention. I am not making the playoffs. I know this right. That I have is talking junk for the next 3 weeks to anybody that I beat. Here's the crazy part. I think I have the most points in the league this year. The most fantasy points in my league.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm still under 500. Like when I beat you down. But not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. It's
for the past 3 years I was in playoff contention. I was having near undefeated seasons and whatnot, but I just could never convert. It's like my players got stupid once we got to like either the semifinal game or the final game. Yeah, it was like, wait, we were just like blowing people out. Like, how? Come on, guys! Like, don't do this to me. Like, please don't. Yeah, it's been rough, and at this point, I don't care anymore. I'm beyond fantasy.
You're at the apathetic stage of fantasy football for the year, and I get it. It's okay. It happens to all of us. It happens. Oh my God! Can we talk about? Well, first of all, again, congratulations to the Eagles for winning. Can't wait for Thanksgiving Day for us Cowboys of Dallas, Arlington, to smack up on these Redskins. You know, let them know what it is. You know, we don't like commies.
Hey man,
here
they're commanders now.
In the great country of America, right?
Hey, they're like commanders here. Now. They were almost the Warthogs, but they're the Commanders now.
Man, look, man, I gotta be nice, man, because we're on live, but I don't care what you call them. They're do. Okay, do. That's I don't care what you call them. They will always be the Redskins in my heart, and I will always respond to them as such. Okay.
Well, did you see the report?
It's not trying to be offensive, but it is what it is.
Right. Well, I don't. But that's what I was getting at. So the funny thing is, I think they interviewed some Native people and said, hey, was the Redskins offensive to you? And they were like, no, it actually promoted us. And it's like, so you guys went through this giant rebrand because you thought it was offensive, and it really wasn't offensive.
Okay, so here's the thing. Just like Black people, Native Americans are not a monolith at all. And there are quite a few Native Americans that actually like the Redskins name. Mm-hmm. And there are quite a few that hate it, abhor it, right? True. So, I mean, it is what it is. Pick whatever it's going to be. Try to be as sensitive to the population that is affected as possible, and then keep it moving, right? I get why they changed the name,
right?
But I don't think it'll ever come back because you can't. We're in cancel culture. You can't.
Yeah.
Redskins is such a derogatory term for a whole lot of people that you can't do that. So
we're in the weak stage, or this is not tough at all, and this cancer culture. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. It's absolutely stupid. I hate it, but whatever.
Here's the funny part. No matter what you call them, they're garbage. No matter what you call them. Sure. So change the name all you want. If the colors are still burgundy and gold and white, they're gonna lose on Thanksgiving Day to the Cowboys. That's how it goes.
Well, the funny thing is you see that the Patriots are ready to get rid of Belichick, and I think Belichick is the next possible coach for the Commanders.
Okay, man, listen. I don't buy that. Not even remotely.
Really?
Let me tell you why I don't buy that remotely. Mm-hmm. Why would Bill Belichick leave New England to come to DC? There is no reason behind it. They don't. Do they have a quarterback? Do they have a defense? Do they have a defense?
Dude, I couldn't tell you one person. I think they have maybe Heineke's on the team.
Like, real talk, it's like if he came here, it would be just for the money. And he's at an age and he's made enough money that is what.
Yeah.
So on the internet, there's knocking around about him going to San Diego as a possible landing spot for him, which I could see San Diego, right? San Diego runs a hybrid 3-4-4-3, right? Which is right in Bill Belichick's wheelhouse. They have a quarterback, they have a receiver, but it's San Diego. If you lived in Boston for the last 20 years,
right?
I don't know. I just think that it's a little short-sighted to be getting rid of him at this point. And I also think that it's very telling that the culture that they crafted over the last 20 years without Tom Brady is really hard pressed to find success without him. You know what I mean? They crafted this culture with him, but at some point, you got to be able to get talented guys, not just worker guys, and you got to be able to integrate them into your team. Like, that's just how it goes. And if I was Bill, I'd be looking at retiring. Why would I put myself? I mean, if he gets I think he's hanging on for the most all-time wins, including like the playoffs. And once he does that, I think he's looking to retire. But I mean, I get it. Why would I put myself through
that again?
Yeah. What does he have to gain for that?
Right. No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, especially, you're definitely in the twilight of your career. So it's like, yeah, sure. Hey, look, I'm not going to do that. That's me. Sorry. I mean, yeah, that's me. I'm with it.
But then again, you are looking at early retirement. You're trying to get out of here real quick, fast, in a hurry. So yeah, dude. Okay, sorry.
Fast and in a hurry. I want to, at least enjoy a decent part of my life. Not having to get up and work every day. I don't mind having to get up. I don't mind getting up and.
Hey, hold on. Time out. Did you look at that Cunard cruise? Did you look at that Cunard cruise? We talked about that last week. Oh,
was it? No, was it last week or was it? No. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, hit me up. Oh, I got another one. Yo, I was online earlier today. I'm following this dude on Instagram. I forgot. I sent it to you. I forgot what his name is. This dude. Okay, so he works on a cruise ship, but he's on like the largest cruise ship in the world now, and they got this cabin that's $30,000 a week, but this joint's like 2,800 square feet.
So is this like This is like the cruise that I'll take if I have like lottery winning money. Like, you know, I'm gonna take this cruise.
This is the cruise that you would take if you won a couple of million, not a couple of $100 million.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. Because you win a couple million, you're not gonna buy a yacht. You just going $30,000 for a week.
True.
Yo, this joint has a jacuzzi, it has a slide, it has bunk beds, it has it's like 2,800 square feet, some stupid number of square feet on a cruise ship. It's like 2-story. It's got 3 butlers. It's dope. Anyhow, sorry. I was trying to get to.
I would love to do that. I surely would.
I was thinking going fishing, and I was trying to get to. You know who we haven't talked about lately?
Who?
Dion. We have not talked about primetime.
Oh yeah.
And you want to know why we haven't talked about primetime? Because we don't like to pile on to Black people when they're down and down bad. But this dude is down bad.
Oh,
now we knew it was going to be rough for them,
but we didn't think it was going to be this rough. Let's put it that way.
I mean, how good could the Pac-12 actually be was the question. And clearly,
they responded.
Pac-12 was better than Colorado.
Yeah. Way better than we responded to.
There's a reason why they went 1-11 last year, some ridiculously low number. The Pac-12 actually was better than a whole lot of people thought, and they outplayed Colorado, and Deion's now 4-7. And the talk in Texas is that Black people want him to come to TAMU, Texas A&M. And I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I think he's. But I mean, we knew that. But we knew this season wasn't going to. We just had high hopes that it would be at least barely winning season.
500.
Yeah,
500.
Yeah,
we were looking for 500. This dude's 4-7, and it's rough because. When's the last time you watched the game?
So it screwed me up one week because it came on like was it Friday night? Yeah.
Yep.
That screwed me up, and I was like, dang it! Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. No. It's
but it's been about a week or so.
It came on Friday and it came on late. I think that was a Stanford game.
Mm-hmm.
They came on like 8:00 freaking Mountain Time, which is like 11:00 for the rest of civilization. But yeah, their offensive line wasn't top tier to begin with.
Right.
Like they weren't bad kids. They just were not the most talented. And then they started getting hurt. And then they started playing the teeth of their schedule, which included some top tier defensive lines. And they could not keep Shedeur Sanders clean to save his life.
Yeah, because at one
point throw the ball.
He was the most sacked quarterback in college football.
Yeah, he got injured last game, if I remember correctly. Like they had to bring in the backup. But yeah, you can't throw the ball if you're not standing on your 2 feet. And he kept them in some games, and they fought. But you can't throw the ball when you like Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago, you can't. 3 years ago, you can't throw the ball if you're not standing up on your feet. If you're running for your life every play, yeah, it's not gonna work. So, but yeah, I'm hoping that they close out again. They got Utah on Saturday, and I'm hoping that they close out.
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. Like, how many games do you have left?
No, this is it. They're 4-7. They're not even bowl eligible. They're not even going to be bowl eligible. I think you got to win 6 games to be bowl eligible. They're not going to be bowl eligible.
Yeah. Well, I saw that one kid decommitted from going there, and then he's going somewhere else now. So that part sucks. I really hope that he's still able to turn around in the transfer portal.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna hope that, and he will, because he's gonna be bringing in. I think they said early in the year, Warren Sapp had said that he was going to come there for to train up the defensive line. Like he was coming there to help make DTs and DEs, defensive tackles and defensive ends, at Colorado, which I thought was really cool. Like Primetime's using his connections to better the program, which is great. But yeah, this NIL is that kid that decommitted. He decommitted because he wasn't sure that Prime was going to be there when he got there, or he wasn't sure he was going to be there for like 2 or 3 years.
Which is crazy because it's like, I mean, Prime ain't gonna just be like, oh, I'm done. He's gonna give it the best they can.
Well, you never know. Like, I'm sure that college athletes or prospective college athletes, those that are in high school, have had to deal with this, but they've never had the flexibility to choose and to unchoose and to leave via portal. So we're seeing a whole bunch of things that we've never seen before, like the power dynamic in college sports. It's really up for grabs at the moment. This Angel Reese thing is another thing that, it's not foreseeable, but you can understand where this is going. Like, have you heard anything about her situation?
Well, so the last thing I heard was that she was not playing because she was academically ineligible.
And that's not the case. So here's the thing. Here's what we kind of know, and I say kind of know because these are the facts that we can ascertain. It's not because she's academically ineligible, because she played in a half of a game this year already. So that's not the case. That's not the case. The speculation is, right, and if you I was listening to Stephen A. Smith, and from a journalistic perspective, if you follow him and you know anything about journalism, you can ascertain what he's saying, right? Because anything that he says on the air is sourced by something or someone, even if he can't name the source, right? And even if he can't say it directly. Apparently, there's a power dynamic at play between her and her coach because of her ability to monetize her name, image, and likeness, right? And we knew it was foreseeable for this, right? These kids are 19, 18, 19, 20, right? And instead of being prey in this system, prey, P-R-E-Y in this system, they now have the ability to have agency because they are financially free. Right. Not financially free as in they got money, but first of all, they're not restricted from transferring until the end of the season, I believe. And for the ones that are big names, they're actually making money in name, image, and likeness. Right. So now you can't treat college athletes like you've always treated them. Not all of them. Right. Yeah. Some of them you can.
Not the ones with the low level NIL deals or without any NIL deals.
Like her NIL evaluation is 1.7. It doesn't mean she's getting paid $1.7 million. But her value could be as much as, if I'm reading and understanding the valuations, which means that she ain't poor. Not that she was poor before, but you got a student athlete that 10 years ago, student athletes, the only money that you couldn't make any money except for what the university gave you, and by and large you were living off of whatever your parents could provide where you're in college, which for most collegiate athletes ain't a whole lot of money.
Or they were funneling it through some weird means or what have you.
And now they can legally, like, she might have $200,000 in the bank. I got $200,000 in the bank. Our relationship might change a bit. Like, you're not gonna. Well, here's the thing, and it highlights the exploitation of college athletes as a labor force, forever until NIL, and it's still exploitative. Exploitative. It's just that some of the college athletes are not as exploited as the other ones. And now, if I'm Angel Reese, and I got $200,000 in the bank, our relationship might change just a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, it might change a little, and that's if I'm feeling myself because I got $200,000 in the bank and I've been given a car and I got all this stuff. I'm the face of these things. Then our relationship, like, you're not gonna be talking. You can't talk to me
any kind of way.
Yeah, you have to talk to me like a partner or like someone that you're coaching, not as someone that you have complete control over, which is what college athletics is how they're used to relating to the athletes. Right. It's the reason why Nick Saban, talk about the fact that Nick Saban has had more losses in the last 2 years than he had in the prior 10. Right. It's because he No longer can you stockpile 4 and 5-star recruits. Now, no longer can you offer a scholarship and lock these kids in for 2 or 4 years and they can't go anywhere. And now you have control over their athletic career.
Right.
Now they can leave at the end of the season. So now you can't just sit them on the bench. You can't make decisions that are patently not in the best interest of these for them to stay around. So now it's harder to coach because it's not hard to coach. It's harder to win because now you're not overtly more talented than your opponents, which Alabama has been by and large over the last 10 years, right?
Yeah,
Same thing with Clemson.
Or like the second string quarterback is, normally sitting there actually trying to step up and learn it. And now it's like, I don't have to be here. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yo, think about this. Alabama had Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts both as their quarterbacks.
And you had Mac Jones at one point too. All three of them were there at one point.
And Mac Jones, right? They're all starting NFL quarterbacks at this moment. He had stockpiled 5-star quarterbacks. And because he could, right? Because he could, they were in positions to beat other teams that were not able to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now these kids can transfer at the end of the year. So a guy like Mac Jones, he don't have to stay at Alabama. He can go elsewhere and play immediately, right?
Yeah.
So now the relationship changes. Everything is the Wild West out there, and these coaches better adapt to it now, right? Like this is the system you want it.
And honestly, we're talking about this, but I'm all for it because it's like, you hate, like, let's say like with Jalen Hurts, what he went through, championship game, he wasn't performing all that well. Tua was next up. And after that, Jalen, went to Oklahoma and had to find himself. And he did that without being able to monetize himself and be like, you know what? I don't need them because I'm making my own money, blah, blah, whatever. So yeah, like you said, the dynamic does change, but then also it's almost like the work ethic is possibly getting ready to change as well. Because
I wouldn't say that. Let me tell you why I wouldn't say that. To be a D1 athlete, to be a Division 1 athlete in any sport, the work ethic has to be there. Like they're not going to pick you just on talent alone. So I wouldn't go that far. But I understand what you're saying. Like this money is going to affect things in ways that people are not prepared for.
Yeah,
and you gotta adapt. Yeah, you gotta adapt, man. You can't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So have you seen Lay with the Butter?
I'm sorry. What?
Have you seen Lay with the Butter? She plays. So her actual name is Malaysia Fulwiley, and she plays for the Gamecocks, USC.
Oh, you know what? I don't know her face. I don't know her name. Right. What I do know is there's a chick that plays for USC.
She's cold.
That girl is cold.
She's cold. And she's like an actual freshman too. And she just man.
Okay. Let me not geek out too much. But of the things that I saw of her, right? Of the highlights that I saw, right? You can tell not only does she like playing basketball, not only is she good at playing basketball, like she's got like a love for the game. She's a show person, a showman, if you will.
True.
And that girl is good, man.
Well, so for a lot of people who've never played basketball before, Michael Jordan was definitely really good. But honestly, when you have people like Steve Nash, Kyrie Irving, like they see the court differently. Like they're able to get people involved, and what she does, she has the handles like Kyrie, and she has these deceptive passes, and it is nasty. Like to be able to find your teammate through a crowd of people and make it and do that like it's nothing. That's a true work of art. I love that part of basketball, and she's
got the handles, she's got the court vision. She's got the like people don't understand, man. First of all, it's hard to make basketball look good and look fun. Like you can make it look skilled and whatnot, but part of the reason why we like Steph Curry is because he makes it look fun, right? To do, right?
Yeah.
We respect LeBron because he makes it look good. Steph Curry makes it look fun, right? You watch Kyrie Irving, he makes it look fun, and it's like this girl. Oh my! I'd pay to see her.
Yeah,
I would pay to see her play because it's entertainment, and she's really good.
And the crazy thing is, I was just getting to know what's that girl, Chelsea Gray from the Las Vegas Aces. She's got good hand on great court vision. Like she's got some crazy passes too. But it's dare I say, Malaysia Fulwiley has a better handle and pass package than Chelsea Gray. And it's not like by much. And I mean, yes, one's in the WNBA, the other is in college, but if she can keep that up and keep progressing, the WNBA watch.
Let's say it another way. For being a college freshman, she looked like she could play in the WNBA. She did look like she could play in the WNBA. Like, and I'm not saying that she can, because those women in the WNBA are ballers. They are professional basketball players. And okay, another soapbox. Man, let's stop playing like these women in the WNBA are just girls playing basketball. These are professional athletes. And if you try to go, I promise you, have you played against a WNBA player before?
But I guarantee I wouldn't take it lightly at all. Like I have that respect of the game where I would not take that. So I'm assuming you're saying this based on what somebody said, that you take the best high school boys basketball team and they could beat the WNBA team. And I was like, nah, man, you don't say stuff like that. Because
I mean, honest with you, man. The best boys high school basketball teams would struggle with
the worst men's college basketball team.
No, they would struggle with big what do you call them? The top 5 division. Like, I'm screwing this up. Take the best men's high school basketball team in America and let them play against USC or LSU or UConn. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's not going to be as close as you think it's going to be. And the girls are going to win. Especially if you play with a girl ball. Even if you play with a dude ball.
Yeah.
Because college athletics are so, there's a separation there.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's not the same. It's not the same. Like these are.
Yeah.
They will embarrass you. We'll put it like that.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen with my own 2 eyes. But yeah, no, I kind of want to see her. I think are they in the SEC? USC's in the SEC, right?
Yes, they are in the SEC.
Well, they're. I'll see if they play Texas A&M, and if so, I might try to go see the game. I got a friend I went to high school with. She's a big USC supporter. She just came back. USC went to Paris, and she went to Paris to watch them play. And I was like, "Dang, I didn't know you was that big of a supporter. Like, are you a booster too? Can you give me some tickets?" But hopefully I can see if they play Texas A&M here in Houston, here in Texas, then I can go see that game.
SEC East and West.
Sounds like no. Sounds like no. I don't know anything about SEC basketball.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Texas on here. Like, the only TIC is Tennessee. I mean, they might do it for an exhibition game, but like not a conference game, though.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I do see Texas A&M. They're right under LSU. They're in the SEC West, so yeah, it is very possible. Yep, I am sorry.
It's like we don't know these conferences in basketball. Who watches college basketball if it's not the women anymore? I know. I don't.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm being in North Carolina, the Mecca of basketball, it's all about the ACC. So, you ask us about the ACC, okay, I got that. But anything else, I'm like, look.
Yo, College Station, January 21st.
I'm gonna need you to FaceTime me that game, so get your battery pack ready.
Here's the thing, though. I have no idea what College Station is.
That's fair. You just got there. You're a tramp. You just got there.
I'm not. It's an hour and a half away. I'm gonna try to go.
I'm on TV.
Let me see how much these tickets are real quick. Should we be doing this while we're live streaming?
Too late.
Oh, Okay, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is like $50. I might go to this joint. This is like $50. I might go to this joint. Anyhow, I don't know how. Oh yeah, you start talking about your girl who was really good. Anyhow, Cowboys are going to win on Thursday. Okay, we won't have no real test.
I hope not. But...
Hey, listen, man. Don't hate. Well, okay, I got a question for you. Who do you hate more, the Cowboys or the Redskins? As an Eagles fan, who do you hate more?
Cowboys.
Of course, we are America's team. All right, so we're gonna win on Thursday, and we will look forward to the Detroit Lions. I think the week after that. Can't wait for Turkey Day.
Well, hopefully everyone. Let's also, let's put this in perspective. You guys are currently 7-1 versus under 500 teams. So, okay, yeah.
And thankfully, we're playing an under 500 team on Thanksgiving. Thank you for that stat.
It must be so easy being a Cowboys fan. Like, it has to be. It must be nice.
Why do you say that?
Because we have our toughest games are coming up. Next 4 games are our toughest games.
Listen. Real talk. We got the same schedule. We're NFC East.
No.
We got the same schedule.
No.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We don't. So we play the Bills next, then the 49ers, and then we play the Cowboys. So the rematch in there, and then the Seahawks. Okay, whatever. And then we play the Giants, and then the Cardinals.
Well, we play the same people every year. We play the same people y'all play. Same people. So it's all good.
No, how do we play the same people if you guys are 7-1 versus under 500 teams? Statistically, that doesn't make any sense.
We play the same. Okay, so the way that they make the schedule is everybody in the same division plays. They play all their division opponents, and then they play another set of division opponents, another division's opponents. Mm-hmm. But everybody in the same division plays the same people out of division. So that's how you keep everything. So y'all playing the Bills. What we got we got the Bills on December the 17th. Like it's gonna come out in the wash. Okay, it's gonna come out in the wash.
I don't remember Philly playing the Raiders.
Y'all ain't played them yet. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, maybe this is just a theory. Schedule.
It is just theory because revisionist history, buddy. Revisionist history.
Hold on. Wait for it. Maybe y'all don't play the schedule. Hey man, y'all messed up the schedule, man.
We messed up the schedule.
Y'all messed up the schedule. That's not how it's supposed to go. No, seriously, I want to know when they changed.
I don't remember Philly playing the Jaguars either.
They must have. Okay, this is not how this is supposed to work.
I don't remember Philly playing. Wait, I think we did play the Bucks. Okay, we did play.
This is not how this is supposed to work. Seriously though, no. All of my life,
schedules are not made equal. You guys that's why they have strength of schedule.
Listen, man. Listen. You just mad because we playing dudes that are not as good, and you think that we're getting a pass. But it's okay.
You guys are
getting. You want to know why?
Literally a pass.
You want to know why? You want to know why it's okay?
Because Jerry Jones paid off the Roger Goodell. That's why.
Because we're gonna see you on December the 7th in Arlington, and we're gonna lay the smackdown.
Ain't nobody worried. We're gonna lay the smackdown. If you guys beat us at this point, we don't care. That's fine. Whatever. If
you're gonna care, you want to know why you want to know why you're gonna care? Because at that point we're gonna be 9-2. 9-2. We'll be 9-2 at that moment. I'll be 9-3. We 9-3 at that point.
I really hope the Commanders beat 9-3. I hope the Seahawks beat you guys.
9. Hope against all hope, my friend. Hope against all hope.
I hope the Bills beat you guys.
Look, you know what you better hope?
Beat you guys.
You know what you better hope? You better hope the Bills don't show up, and you better hope the San Francisco 49ers don't show up. Because if they both show up and you lose, you're gonna be 9-5 coming into Arlington. Yeah, yeah, I done it. I'm looking at the schedule right now. Mess around, come in 95 in Arlington, and then lose to us, and then we win the division. Yeah, yep.
You guys are just, so no matter what, if you guys win the division, you're just gonna lose in the point anyway.
Cancel Christmas, baby. Cam, you come into Arlington 9 to 5. Cancel Christmas because we're taking you out. Cancel Christmas. We're taking you out. We're taking you out. We're gonna win the division, and we're gonna make it to the second round of the playoffs, where we're gonna see y'all again. And then we're probably gonna lose. But that's neither here nor there. We ain't talking about the playoffs. We're talking about the regular season right now, because we're not gonna self-sabotage like that.
I hope the Commanders beat you guys.
Amen. At some point, I'm sure you wanted to be 6'7", but we know that did not work out. Just like this is not gonna work out. Okay.
Hey,
it's okay. And it's okay.
But it's not like I'm 5'7". I'm 6'3".
Yeah, it's still not 6'7". Dude, I wanted to be 6'6" so bad.
I know.
In my mind,
it's perfect.
If I could have made it to 6'6", I could have made it to the league. That's what I thought until I was like 20. Until I tore my meniscus for the second time, I could have made it to the league. And then I was in training, and I was like, I could have been 6'10". I was not making it to the league because I do not want to work that hard. I'm sorry. I'm not putting up that many shots.
Some of these kids who have that height and don't play basketball or don't do anything, I'm like, man, you waste. You just a waste.
Yo. Okay, first of all, we got to liberate these kids from thinking that just because they're big, strong, fast, or tall that they got to play sports. Yo, they could play sports, but man, everybody that's 6'8" ain't meant to go to the league. Yo, like who's first?
I'm not putting that on them. I'm saying you're wasting your height. Can you hand it over, please? And I will.
Wow. Maybe they are not wasting their height. Maybe they're using
changing
their height
for old ladies.
No, changing light bulbs, pulling flour off top shelves,
cats off trees,
cleaning
Walmart,
vents and stuff. You know what I mean? Painting crown molding. Look, man. Look. Okay.
I've got millions of dollars to make, okay? And that height is paramount to me doing that.
Bro, your millions was never coming from sports. They was coming other directions, okay? And it's okay. I
received that.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Anyhow, that's a little bomb for us high school athletes and JUCO athletes, that thought that we could make it to the league. If we just had a couple more inches, and we never got them, and so trying to make ourselves feel better about the situation. But I am not delusional. I was never making it to the league. Like, if they'd have asked me to run like 3 miles in college, I'd have been like, nah.
Yeah, my high school coach asked me to run a mile. I was like, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it under protest. So.
I'm
not liking it.
Last thing before we close up shop. What was your best mile time?
6:03
ever. 6:03. Nope.
Well, let's put it like this. I practically almost died afterwards.
Because that's a minute and 30 a lap, dude. I'm a minute and 30.5 per lap.
Yeah.
0.4 per lap. That's fast. That is not the fastest in the world, but it's fast. I never did a mile less than 8 minutes.
Yeah, I never, and after I did that one time, I never did it again because I started out the blocks hot, and I was like, all right, man, this is good. I hit that like halfway through the first lap, and I was like, whoa. And then there's like, at some point, my body hit autopilot, and I was just like, okay, I can keep the speed up. All right, cool. Just keep going. And yeah, but then afterwards, like I said, dude, I think I coughed up so much phlegm, it was retarded. And like, I was just like, I don't, my body was rejecting life at that point. It was like, dude, never do that again. Don't you ever.
If you do this again, we're going to quit you. We're going to quit you if you ever do this again.
Yo. Yeah. It was, yeah.
Dude, to do a 6 minute mile, I would need a golf cart. I've never done a 6 minute mile. Ever. I've never done a 6 minute mile. And I don't even think I want to. No, I'll be seeing these dudes run like, okay, I got a buddy, Carlton. he does amazing. Like he's done like ultra marathons. He does like Ironman stuff. Like he'll run for like I think one year he did this was back before he had his daughter, right? He did this ultra marathon where you like swim 50 miles, ride 50 miles,
and the triathlon,
and run 50 miles. I don't know what it's called, except for it sounded insane. But he did that joint, and it was mad respect. And I was like, I wouldn't sign up to swim a mile, run a mile, and cycle a mile.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, it was 100. They had a team, so they did it like it was 100, 100. Yeah. 50, 50, something like that. It was something ridiculous.
Well, my coworkers, they do this thing called the Beast or whatever, or the Spartan races. Where
Spartan races. I've heard of those.
Yeah, absolutely. The most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like,
well, I mean, it's challenged. I get it.
So here's the thing. They had me until they said, yeah, you got to run a certain distance in muddy water and then go under in muddy water. I was like, nope.
No, that's not the Spartan race I heard of. But no.
Yeah. I was like, so you want me to willingly jump into a pool of mud where I can't see and mess up all of my, like, this stuff gets everywhere.
No, thank you. No.
And it was like, that's your only hang up? I was like, yeah, that's about it. But then like you're running for like 4 hours at a time, and I'm just like, for what? It's like, because you just want to test yourself. I'm like, no. I've never had a thought to want to do something like that. Like, I'm okay.
So I looked it up just to make sure I was saying this right. So Ironman triathlon or ultra triathlon, USA ultra triathlon is
I don't like
2 plus mile swim, 62 mile bike ride, and at least 18 mile run.
You said 62 mile bike ride?
Bruh. So much respect, dude. So much respect.
And this guy is black, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's a bro. He's cute. He's a good dude. He's got this thing where he can train and like really like he's a guy that could have been a professional athlete, because you have to be able to be cool with that level of training and regimen. I was never cool with that. I'm looking at him like, yo, that's mad respect, because I'm not 62 miles on a bicycle that doesn't have an engine in it? Nah. Nah, no thank you.
Are we going downhill the entire 62 miles or what?
No, that's the thing. It's not the Tour de France stage 6 where you're just going down the mountain the entire time. No, this is he said something. He's like, yeah, man, he said my team, we're gonna cycle from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. What? Wait a minute. Y'all gonna what? Yeah, we're gonna cycle from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. I was like, bro, please come back alive.
That's all you can say, because it's like, yeah, no, why? Like, what?
Oh,
almost one of those. What's your problem? What is your issue?
No, it's just, some people they set a goal and they want to achieve that goal. Like they've determined that this is a thing that they want to do, and they're set on doing it. It's like people that run marathons, right? You get a lot of people get to a certain age in life, they go, I'm going to run a marathon. Like that's their goal, right? And then they train for a year or 2 years or 6 months, and they run a marathon. And then either they never do it again or they do it again, but that's their goal, and then they do it. And I go, I'm glad you're happy with that. I'm not.
Mine's like a 5K.
I've done 5Ks before.
Well, mine's like a 5K. Like I'll do a 5K, and then I'll be like, I'm good. I don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, I don't have to prove. That's not my goal. I don't have to prove myself in that way. Like even when I was half the man I am now, I still didn't need to prove myself that way. Not physically. I didn't need to. I didn't want to. It was not a part of my goal set. And I definitely respect anybody that puts that on their vision board and crosses that sucker out. Because, bro, it's 2 miles in the water, 62 miles on the bicycle.
As in a body of water that you can't see through that might have like fish and other things in it.
Yeah. Yes. 2 miles in the water, 60 at least 2 miles. At least we'll see. Okay, description is at least 2 miles in the water, at least 62 miles on a bicycle, and at least 18.6 miles of jogging, of running. I was like, that is
seems like a lot, but whatever.
Ain't no seems. That is a lot.
Seems like a lot,
but no, mad respect, yo, because that's a very goal focus oriented thing to do. Like,
yeah.
And I hope at some point there's something in my life that would make me that dedicated to a goal.
I mean, for the right 50, 60 million, I could.
Dude, I ain't know about the money. They'd be like, Steve, we'll give you $1 million for you to run a marathon. I'd be like,
how fast you want it?
I'd be like, why? If you could give me $1 million to run a marathon, why don't you just give me the $1 million? Why do I need to run? Why do I need to run the marathon? Clearly, you got money to blow, so why don't you just give me the $1 million? Why are you trying to be stingy? Why are you trying to be stingy, yo? All these rules, just run this bread, bro.
Or my question would be tax free. Like,
I don't even care.
You grossing up or what? What's up? You know,
I don't even care. But can we cut out the middleman? Because clearly this marathon is only there to keep people away from this money that you got to blow. So why don't we just, you know what I mean? We don't really have to do all that.
I guess, man.
Anyhow, yeah, all right, we gotta wrap this up. We gotta wrap this up.
Thank you guys so much for joining the live stream today. Everybody who's participated. Thank you so much. We definitely plan to do more of this, and we will probably. I know the live stream is probably posted, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I think I'm probably just
edits, baby. Yeah, edits, baby.
I'm probably just gonna chop this up and throw it in for people who want to consume it in like lesser.
Yeah, we gotta chop it up for the podcast crews. That way people can hop out when we get to sports. I know people like, hey man, we love the lifestyle stuff, man. Y'all ain't got to talk about sports. I was like, well, we do have to talk about sports because that's what we like to talk about. But what we gonna do is we're gonna cut it up so that you don't know that we talk about sports.
Yeah,
you can
consume any part that you want, and that's what I plan on to do for the holiday season, people. So I'm just gonna take a lot of the holiday season and chop up a lot of the videos that we've put together so far into little bite-sized pieces that you can consume on your, at your leisure. So then that way you guys can pick what you want to listen to, but definitely still tune in with us because we love having fun with you guys.
Yeah, and hopefully in the future we can actually get people on and in the live, right? We bring you on and we can interact with you. Because y'all got some funny stuff to say too, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
And you get to defend yourselves, Commanders fans and Giants fans. Did I tell you we smacked the Giants around week after that? 2 weeks ago we smacked the Giants around. It was so bad I don't even remember when it happened. But we smacked the Giants around. I did have to mention that just in case there are any Giants fans watching, and that want to come on and defend themselves, or just want to come over and cry about the fact that their team is so bad.
Yet another sub 500 team, but sure, whatever.
Yeah. That y'all are going to play like 2 weeks from now. I don't want to hear it. Boo, boo.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and keep in with us. And we'll let you know when the next live stream happens. Please have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much turkey. Root for your favorite football team, and hope and pray the Cowboys lose, guys.
And be disappointed when we don't.
All right, Charles.